What up, people of the interwebs? It's me, your boy, PewDiePie. Wait, that's not me, is it? Damn, it's been so long since I've been in front of the camera. Welcome to the stream, everyone. This is Fimbulwinter, which is not how we have two Swedish people on hand to pronounce everything correctly.
Yeah.
Brand
I don't
new.
even know how it's pronounced.
No one does. It's as simple as that. No one does. Not even Charlie, and she made it up.
I didn't make it up. It's a word.
In Swedish.
All Swedish words sound like they've been made up.
All words are made up. That's how they work.
I know words are made up, but all Swedish words specifically sound like they were made up on the spot by a bumbling little gnomish creature.
Yeah, that's true.
Welcome to the show. This is chapter 1, and I am not DM. Huzzah! And that may or may not be a good thing. We'll find out. Charlie, because everyone's going to be like, oh, you're DMing this, Brad. And I'll be like, no, I ain't. I'm going to be sitting over here crying as my shitty character with his shitty stats dies.
Real shitty.
They wanted to roll for them.
Every week.
Yeah.
I have 3 8s. Actually, I figured out last night, actually, one of those 8s turned into a 9. You'll be proud to know.
Oh,
so
good.
It's still a -1.
It's still a -1, so who cares?
Still a -1.
Yeah.
We'll get to all that good stuff in a bit. But yeah, so we have a wonderful cast of people here. Some faces which have been here before, some which have not. 2 of which are Swedish, 2 of which are Canadian, 2 of which are British. We have to extend it to British, Peachy, so that we can be encompassed in that thing. Pretty much, I'm just going to hand it over to you, Charlie. This is your campaign. This is your show. Thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoy, Charlie.
Okay. Hi, I'm Charlie. I'm going to be DMing this campaign. It's called Fimbulwinter. You can also call it Fimbulwinter, but for the English-speaking people, it's okay with Fimbulwinter. You could probably I guess we can introduce your characters now.
Sure.
Do that. Who wants to start?
Me.
Hit it up, Brad.
I have the flu, so the more stuff I can get out of the way in the first hour before the meds run out, the better. Sure. My character, the first of all of the characters, and by far the most important one because it belongs to me, is...
Classic Brad answer.
His name is Rook. I think I actually have some artwork, which I might be able to drag onto stream in a minute. The character is a human. He is a young human, 16 years old. He's a little... he looks like a little vampire. He's a little bit anime. By accident, but it happened. He's got like an oversized robe and 2 little short swords hidden underneath it. He's got little sharp pointy incisors and slightly oversized boots because he puts lots of coins in his boots. So where he's patched all of his boots up, there's just all this extra room in them. So they look like they're like 2 sizes too big for him, but really they ain't because they're filled with cash. Or they will be. They're not yet. So I've just got this little kid with like scruffy black hair, very pale white skin, in a robe that he conceals himself under, and he's cute and looks like a tiny vampire, which is why he's going to have a Transylvanian voice, or at least
close approximation.
It's going to be a close approximation, which means it's going to be a comedy Russian. So that's Rook, the hentai girl. Yes. Should we go in the order that is on this screen, Bobby?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Sure, that works. What's up, guys? I'm Bobby. I'm playing Bjarn, the Aasimar war cleric. If you're gonna try and picture me in your mind's eye, you all know Geralt from or Geralt from The Witcher. Picture a younger version of him. I'm wearing chainmail with like a dark black cloak. I use like a big 2-handed warhammer, and I use a shield as well. My face is covered in like a beaten up old dark piece of cloth, and I have a hood up at all times. I kind of keep to myself. As I said, I am an Aasimar, so I am kind of in touch with Odin a little bit, and he is pretty much what I worship. I don't want to get too into like the whole religious thing of the show yet, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I can't wait to play. It's gonna be good. Let's do it.
Next on the screen is Elf.
Hey! Hello, everyone. I'm Distracted Elf, and I am going to be playing Eshenezra Kiliontheal, otherwise known as Esh. She is a high elven wizard, very studious type. Glasses, the many books and scrolls, the whole shebang. I would like to say during this character creation that I rolled my stats as we all did, and I have 20 intelligence and 3 wisdom. 20 intelligence and 3.
It's the lowest stat I've ever seen, I think.
Yeah. My hawk familiar has far more wisdom than I do at 14. Yep.
Well, good luck with that one.
Eshenezra Kiliontheal.
The actual distracted elf.
Yeah.
You've made a real one.
I guess I accidentally made an actual distracted elf.
Yeah. Next on our little thing here is Mr. Pony Punch. Has a face this time. Last time you were on the channel, you were just a disembodied,
I could
melodic voice.
You didn't know. Hi, I'm Pony Punch. I'm playing a Kinku, which I just found out when we made the characters was a thing. So it's pretty new. It's kind of a bird man. If you put it in layman's terms, a bird man ish, which it has has a big hoodie on, or hood rather, a black one, and a witch doctor mask. So no, people don't really know he's a bird yet. And he's a rogue. I'm not sure how much else I can say about it.
All right. Yeah, so that's the same with me. I was like, it's just a little kid.
Yeah.
He's not a secret god in disguise. He's not. He's really not. He's got 3 8s. Cool. Last but not least, Mr. Peachy Pixel 8.
I am Peachy Pixel 8. I was going to play a barbarian gnome with a hood, but every fucker's got hoods here, so he's got no hood. Absolutely no. Hoods are banned.
I do not have a hood either.
Oh, you do? Okay, we're going to be twinsies with the no hoods going on. Is that cool with your 3 whiz? I'm a barbarian with more wisdom than the.
Listen, okay, everything in the world has more wisdom than me. There are some funguses that have more wisdom than I do.
Basically, everyone had some really terrible rolls. I did manage to get a 20 out of it, so yeah. I think Brad's the worst off. 3 8s.
Yeah, it's not good.
Fine.
Ooh, it's pretty rough.
He's got this.
We'll see.
But he's a happy-looking gnome. He's got one of those. Are they called Scottish smiles? I forget what they're called. You know, with you got the scars from like your cheeks to your mouth.
Oh my god, no, like a
Joker.
Yeah, like
a Joker scar.
I feel like in London we call it a Chelsea smile when they
Chelsea smile. That's the thing, not a Scottish smile. I'm thinking of a Scottish kiss where you headbutt someone. I'm going to roleplay that in. He's definitely going to Scottish kiss a couple of people.
Cool.
But he looks really happy. Such a friendly guy. He's got a big axe that is also a lute, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah, I don't understand how, but that's a thing that he has. All right. Well,
the GM said, "Yeah, do it," and I'm like,
"Yeah, just do it." I mean, everything. It might bite me in the end, but it might be fun. We'll have to see what happens. Okay, are we ready? I think I am. Maybe.
All right.
All right. You all find yourself in Midtown, a trader's town located in the northeast outskirts of Valeria. It's a busy town, with salesmen and women selling their wares at the local market, with goods ranging from newly butchered meat to magical powders from Kusava. Most travelers, they come and they go, staying at the only tavern there is, 2 a copper, where they sell you an ale for just that, 2 a copper, and that's where you're staying for the night. But today is an especially exciting day, at least for the townsfolk. You've heard that a woman is going to be burned at stakes because she has been convicted of witchcraft. You're all outside, wandering the dirty streets as the crowd starts getting louder. On a small platform at the center of the plaza, 3 men stand. A priest wearing yellow robes, a rugged man wearing heavy leather armor, and next to him, the major, Lavier, who you know is the fat man with the long mustache who runs the place. You notice a woman being dragged up by the stage by 2 soldiers, her limp body being secured at the pyre at the side of the stage. You hear the crowd start cheering as they tie her to the pole, and you see how she kind of tries to tug at the ropes as they bind her. Her hair, black, falls in front of her face. The man with the leather armor starts talking. He takes out a small parchment and he reads, "This infidel has been accused of defying the sacred faith of light and broken our most sacred law to practice dark witchcraft. In the witness of the holy gods, I sentence you to death." A priest reads a slow prayer for her and removes her gag. She looks up right at you, and anyone who's from Midgard can roll perception.
I am not from Midgard.
Valerian. Oh no.
Let me do this here. Perception, you said? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's a 20. Okay. So, you definitely know she's from Midgard. Probably somewhere very north up. You see, because her robes are in the distinct blue color that kind of signifies that she's from the north. She stares at you with her icy blue eyes, and she says something. Jormungand Skalder kommen. The soldier takes a torch. He lights it and slowly begins to light the stakes.
Did I understand what she had said just then?
You don't actually know what she said. It's more of an old Norse language. It's mostly used by those living in the far north and maybe those more secluded. So no,
Okay.
you don't actually know what she said. The pyre starts to burn. You see flames flicker as it ignites, and they spread faster and faster. You see how the flames, they cling to her dress. They start to cling to her face, her skin. She never stops looking at you. But after a while, you see how she can't hold it in any longer, and she starts screaming of pain. It hurts. The crowd, they gloat, they cheer, they're happy that this is happening. And after a while, you're just left with the silence and the flames flickering on. And that's where you're allowed to do whatever you want. That's where you stand in front of the pyre.
Do we as a group like know each other at all, or is it sort of we're all strangers, or just
Okay,
that I know
so-
who I'm?
So you came from the cart that let me see, Sandon. It was a young man with shaggy brown hair. He was your cart driver, and he kept the horses on the cart.
Okay.
He's been with you for the long ride through these last weeks, and he's talked about delivering carpets for Roland. He let you along for the ride for a small donation, and yeah, that's how you all know each other.
So we have been for like a week or weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, a week or weeks, depending on how long you've been.
With the
Some of
intention of
you-
getting back on the cart and going
Further
Yeah.
or
Yeah. for tonight, you're just staying. He's still going to Rovalon, so he said, "All right, take a break, drink something."
Okay, so this is a stopover. Got it.
Exactly, it's a stopover.
Got it. So with the whole pyre burning, witch burning done, dark witchcraft is bad, guys. Don't fuck with that shit. I make my way back towards where we're going to be staying for tonight. I basically show's over and turn around and head back towards the tavern, the two for copper, I think you said it was.
Yeah, 2 for a copper.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. I'll probably clap.
Mm.
And then hood back up,
Bravo.
strut away. Yeah, I would have enjoyed that. Which sounds
So
evil.
as you come to the tavern, it's kind of a small tavern. You've seen, it's had a couple of rough years. A lot of people coming in and out. Maybe not a lot of money coming in. As you walk inside, there are several people sitting by the tables. They're playing games, they're drinking, having a good time. It seems, especially when things like this happen, people are extra happy. They feel safe. They know they're doing the right thing. You see Sandon, he's by the bar. He's talking to the barkeep. And as he sees you, he says, Hey, there you are. How do you think about the whole pyre thing?
Was he directing it to anyone in particular?
Yeah,
No, just the entire group.
in the middle of this conversation, I'm still walking. I've ignored him completely, and I'm going to sit back at the table, somewhere clear, and pull out whatever book I've got on hand at the moment. I'm just flipping through whatever it is. This conversation, I've basically missed it.
I definitely
Well,
didn't.
not very good. I'd usually end with a song or a dance.
I think they'll have like a performance tonight, maybe, but for now, just enjoy. It's good that they burned them, right? We don't want that dark magic here, I think.
What exactly was the dark magic?
I don't really know. I spoke to the barkeep here. His name is Ivano. He said that they've been seeing dead fishermen by the sea, floating, and then coming to shore. I don't know much more. It's just very uncomfortable. I just want this to
I
be
look around. Is there a table available, maybe in a corner or something?
Yeah,
I've already grabbed a table, so if you know me, you can,
Yeah, I look around and I notice her and I Rook, let's go.
Okay. I'm gonna hit, but not very hard, Sandon, because I like him, and he sounds like me a bit, hopefully. And I'm gonna say, what luck, huh? To come to town on this day.
I wouldn't say that I enjoy seeing people being burned, but I guess it's for the best, I suppose.
People know.
Must be.
Witches, yes.
Yes. Magic is not allowed for a reason. With the last war, I understand why.
You're definitely a witch then.
I don't know. Why would the Watchers Vanguard kill her otherwise?
It was cold. Nice fire.
Side note: are any of you familiar with magic other than me, the rules, so to speak?
No,
No.
not myself at least.
All right. Well, that'll come up, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I will also go sit by the table where the rest is at.
I'm gonna stick with Bjorn, because Bjorn's big and scary looking.
Sandon kind of walks up to the bar. He looks at the dwarven barkeep and is like, "All right, I want how many are we? We're 1, 2, 3, 6 people, right?
6 with you. Yes.
Six ales." And the barkeep, he kind of looks up at him.
Make that 7, please.
7. Right. And he kind of goes back and gets all these mugs of ale, puts them down. That'll be 2 silver. Oh, yeah. Right. So I only got like 1 on me. Anyone else got any more?
Does anyone here look rich?
Ash definitely looks like she has had money.
I'm gonna look at
Like
Ash.
she's got like books and scrolls and all kinds of like things that are probably worth a couple of gold at least each.
Another thing too, I'm curious. Like, so my character's from Midgard, and we're in Illyria. Is there different currency? Because like I'm from Midgard, so is my gold good here? You know what I mean?
I'd say you'd be able to like trade yourself. It's mostly like it's gold. So gold is worth everything everywhere. Like silver is worth anything anywhere. So it's not a problem. It's different currency. They look different, but it's the same value.
All right, sounds good.
Yes. So you're looking over at Ash.
I mean, I'm looking at you. I don't know if the others are, but I probably look like an absolute street rat who doesn't even have a copper to his name.
I'm already drinking it in that case.
I haven't even noticed that any of you are like watching me at all. I'm still reading. Just entirely buried in it.
Sandon kind of looks around, sighs, and he kind of goes into his like small pocket and he brings out another silver coin. He puts it on the desk and he slides it. Thank you. All right. Okay. He goes over. Let's the others take 1 ale each. And Bjorn, you wanted 2, right?
Yeah.
And he lets you take the other 2. So it sits down. So guess we're stuck here for the night.
Cheers.
I mean, stuck. It was part of the schedule to be here, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to go, but I mean, the horses, they need rest.
There's only so far you can take something every day. Everything has its limits, horses included.
Yeah.
Horses are idiots.
Cheers to horses, and I turn to Rook and I grab my ale.
I'm really worried that Pickles has a halt. I mean, he's been doing really heavy. I mean, since Spots hasn't been like pulling his weight. So yeah, Pickles. Yeah, I hope Pickles will be okay. I mean, I can't afford to get another horse. At least that would kill me.
How much generally do horses cost?
I'd say horses would probably cost like 2 gold, maybe more. 10 gold ish. They're more rare these days because weather has been kind of rough. Lifestyle's been.
You said 2 gold, right?
Yeah, but ish. You don't know. Let's say 10. Maybe 10. I mean, you're free to do whatever you want. There's card games.
I mean, what really is there to do in this place besides what I already have in front of me? It's really not very sensible to go wandering out elsewhere when you have a nice, comfortable table and several books and what else could you need, really? Honestly.
I mean,
I don't foresee anything bad happening, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't see it. I just don't see it now.
I mean, nothing has happened in this village for like, I don't know, 20 years maybe. We're safe, but you don't know what's out in the woods. With all the killing and wolves, maybe. I don't like traveling alone.
Well, you're the furthest thing from alone that's possible.
Yeah. it's nice to have you guys. I mean, I didn't think I'd meet anyone. I mean, I'm just delivering carpets, but it's been nice. And we're almost to Rovalon, and yes, we'll take our different ways. So, Arthur, can't you play something for us?
What do I look like?
A gnome?
You
Fair
look
enough.
like a gnome with a lute. Play the lute.
What's
So,
that you're holding?
I like pull out my loot, and it looks like the gnarliest, nastiest axe you've ever seen in your life. But it's got a couple of strings on it. You know when you see those redneck guitars, it's basically a box with a stick on it and a couple of strings. It's basically that.
I mean, I've heard you play before. It would be nice to hear it again.
All right. Make space. Does anyone make space?
No.
Sandon makes space.
I mean, if you like sort of shove a little bit, I might shift over.
I don't think I'd shove.
I sort of probably finish. I down my first beer and then I kind of settle in my seat and kind of lean back a little bit and grab my second and ready for some songs.
So this axe is massive, yeah? It's probably bigger than me.
It's probably bigger than you.
So I swing it into a stool and just embed it into the stool. And then I sort of clamber around it and start to play it.
Hey, what are you doing there? The barkeep says, "That's my chair."
Just a little song.
Are you gonna pay for that?
I'll pay with the magic of music.
This better be good. He kind of sits back. Everyone else in the room, they look back at you. It's like, who is this weird person who just mauled a chair?
Well, I need somewhere to hold it. It's pretty big.
Is he like super rare being a gnome?
I wouldn't say he's he's not extremely rare. Like, people have probably seen him like a gnome before. Especially in a trader's town, it's not as harsh with the rules of who can enter and who can't. I'd say they've seen maybe a halfling, maybe a gnome in their life. It's definitely something new. It's very interesting for them, at least.
Because I'm fascinated by him, and now that he's doing all this crazy shit, I'm even more fascinated by him. So I would just like to state for the record that I'm sat there with the widest grin on my face. I loved how he pissed off the barkeep, and the fact that he's embedded an axe in the stall to play it is even better for me. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm also 16 and I'm probably drunk after one swig of mead, so I'm having a great time right now.
Sandon kind of makes you like gulp it down. It's like, all right, boy, come on. You can do it.
I reach in my pack and grab a pack of playing cards and, shuffle out a hand of poker for whoever wants to play.
100%.
Yeah.
As soon as you lay down a couple of cards in front of Esh, she just, without looking at them, puts her hand on them and says, "I win," and pushes them back towards you guys.
And I give her a strange look. How do you know?
I already won.
Let's play. And
Sure.
I guess we go through a game. I don't know if we.
Yeah, sure.
Do some checks or-
Parser, you can do a performance check.
So as long as I've got everyone's attention after swinging this giant axe into furniture, that's when I will start upon a 20-minute epic of progressive gnome metal.
Wow.
Nordic gnome.
Amazing.
metal.
So I actually have a proficiency in poker. I get to choose a proficiency as one of my backgrounds for a toy in a game. So what attribute would you want my modifier to be for that?
All right. I'd say playing a game of cards would probably be.
I mean, it's either dexterity or wisdom, isn't it?
Yeah.
Depending on whether you're cheating or not.
Yeah, if
I'd
he's
say-
cheating
I'd
his
say
intelligence,
wisdom.
it's like that's
Okay.
some card counting shit.
Yeah, I'd say
Oh,
So if I wanted to try to cheat, what would I use? What do you say?
sleight of hand.
There we go.
If you're trying to cheat with the cards, if you're trying to cheat by like pretending that you're winning or happy poker face or whatever, you just do a deception check.
No,
Side
just like
notes.
counting cards and stuff.
Side note, would I have been able to use my diviner's ability that I would get after a long rest because we would have long rested at some point before this?
I mean, if you haven't used it today,
And I mean, academically, no, I haven't.
no,
It's
I couldn't.
traveling
Yeah,
on
but
card.
I was thinking like but probably not. So you'd have it.
Okay,
so
hang on.
use it.
Cool.
How do I just
So-
play cards without trying to
Like,
cheat or
I'd say do a intelligence check.
Oh, thank God. The only
Sweet.
one that isn't an 8. Still got a 7. Great.
7. Okay.
So,
Say
by the way, you other two, I replaced both of your die rolls with the die rolls that I rolled. So, oh wait, no. So can I make this work? No, I don't think I can. I think I still lose. Never mind. I don't do that. I don't do that at all.
You can do. There's a drop list as well, by the way. Underneath where you type in all the writing, there's an as, and then you can drop down so you don't have to roll as distracted elf. Although elf, you technically could always
Yeah,
roll
that's
as
true.
distracted elf.
so 24, 19, 7, 11. 7, 11. But Carcer, as you start playing, people first they look at you. Who is that? What sound is he making? After a while, even the barkeep starts like tapping his hand a bit. People start kind of nodding, like, this is good. This is actually good. Do you have any like a hat or something for people to donate, or is it just like you're having a show?
I didn't think about a hat. Maybe my shoe. Maybe I take off a boot. I put my boot out in front of me.
Ew.
It's also really hard to sort of nod your head in time because the time signature is like 15:8.
Yeah, but they try. They like it. It's like a new thing. You see the cool kids, like the probably underage teenagers, they kind of look at each other and like, yeah, this is what we want to do with our lives. You see someone, they throw like a copper coin. Someone even throws a silver coin. So they're digging it. They like it. Okay, so for the game of cards, is anyone, would you call it that, are you suspicious that the others might be cheating?
Me?
Or anyone else?
I'm-
Everyone playing the game?
I'm not.
I've just declared my imminent victory before I even started. I never even look at my cards.
We haven't put any money in a pot, so I don't care.
yeah. And I'm assuming with like I probably have like a good hand, so I'm confident that. I,
Okay. So Ash and Ezra, what is your role for this? Is it 11?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
win, but
Yeah, okay.
I certainly think I was going to.
So as you start playing the game, it's going pretty good, at least for Bjarne. For Sven, it's going good. You try to cheat, but you don't get that many good cards. It's kind of like, all right, should have cheated more.
do any of us notice him cheat?
If you're suspicious, sure, roll a insight. You don't see him cheat. He's honorable. He would never cheat. He looks confident. Rook,
In my mask.
you look at your cards. You throw your cards. You're like, this works. Maybe you lose. It's bad. Ash and Ezra, as you play, you feel fate kind of slip away from you. You thought they were gonna do that, but instead they do something different. And then it changes again, and even though you knew exactly what was going to happen, something else happens.
I mean, it's not linear, you know. We can't get
You
it all.
can't do everything. Sandon, he looks at his cards. He looks at Sven. He's kind of thinking about it. He pulls out his cards. It's not that great. He didn't have a good hand. In the end, Bjarne, you come out as a victor. You didn't play for money, but you got the honor. With the no medal in the background, you feel awesome.
I sort of look to Rook and give him a shove. The gods were with me tonight, and I down my other beer, and I stand up and walk off to the...
Wait, before you go, curiosity. While we're all here, and we've been traveling for a few weeks, or a week, or however long, I'm not good at time, but I'm interested to know how you all felt about the thing we just saw with the fire, the execution, opinions on that. She said something at the end. You're from Midgar, aren't you?
I nod and I just put my finger up.
It's one of very few languages I don't speak.
Hmm.
Was it something profound? Last words, maybe? Some kind of cultural thing?
From what I'd known, it was something ancient. I didn't understand it.
Oh, well, never mind then. But still, like to know how you felt.
Bjarne, you can roll an intelligence check just to kind of remember the words.
Okay.
You felt like you've kind of heard it before. It clings of something, but it's not clear. Okay, so as you think back, you think it went something like this. Jormungand skalder kommen.
Does he
assume
know it
that's
enough to
probably
repeat it? Yeah.
Yeah. Can you just say it one more time? I'll just write it down and I'll repeat it.
I can write it in the chat. Let me
Sure.
see. Everyone can see it.
So I'm already suspicious that he's been bewitched. Now that I find out that he heard her say some weird shit to him. If he repeats it, I'm gonna grab my hands to my ears and not listen to the bewitching words.
So, I remember what was said. Just give me a moment and I'll be back. Does anybody need a drink?
No.
I can take another one. Sandon says, and he kind of looks at his drink and it's empty. And he did kind of give all of you a drink each.
You look over to Casa and he's been holding a D for about 40 seconds too long. And he's staring you square in the eyes as if to say, I want that drink.
I probably finally catch the gaze, and I still have my like cloth mask up, so it's just you see my eyes, and I guess the second I notice that we lock on, I just do one of these.
The second he gives you one of them, I'll change the note and carry on my sprawling epic.
Yeah. So I go back and I'm gonna purchase 6 ale.
As soon as he leaves the table, I'm gonna lean over to Esh and sort of like quietly, but not too quietly, because we're probably in a busy tavern. I'll say, what if he was bewitched by the witch? If he heard magic words?
I could easily find out such a thing. It wouldn't be too difficult.
And then I'm going to narrow my eyes over to the bar where he is 100% now convinced that he's been bewitched and he's going to poison all of our drinks.
We'll have to wait until he returns, and then I will perform the proper processes.
Well, there is a pyre outside if we need it.
We won't.
Oh,
I'm sure.
okay.
I think I would have seen another execution, don't you?
Well, if he is a witch too now, perhaps the witch is in his mind.
Possible. But doubtful. We'll do the proper scientific way and make sure by testing,
I don't trust witches.
Well, just wait. Just wait. I imagine this conversation goes on while he's over at the bar there and probably on his way back.
while we try and
Like,
speak quietly
on the way
over
to the
gnome
bar,
men.
I don't mean to interrupt. On the way to the bar, Bjorn forgot how many ales he needed, so he just bought 6.
Okay, 2 a copper. That'd be like. Okay, let's make math.
I only
7
have
times
gold
2.
pieces, too.
14.
14.
Okay. 14. All right. The dwarf, he kind of looks at you again. You see him looking back to Cursor. He's more relaxed now that he knows that the gnome knows real music. You know, he probably listens to something like that. It's more like you wouldn't hear it here, but he's longing to hear it for a long time.
Cass's
What do you
music
have?
has acquired taste, but quite bewitching.
Give it the one to the playing gnome. And he gives another ale and puts it forward.
So I guess I look down and I count 7. I guess there's 7 there.
Yeah, there's 7 there.
And I reach into my pouch and grab a gold piece and kind of flip it around in my hands. You take this. I put
Yeah.
the piece down. Can you change this up, please?
Right. He reaches around, like goes under the bar. He gives you back 1 silver.
And I just leave it there. Thank you. And I guess it's just all 7 big mugs of ale on like
Mhm.
The hell,
Taking the
man?
Sort of like, yeah, I've
Your
just sort of got them all.
tentacle hands. What the hell?
Yeah.
Are you...
Actually, yeah, no, I would assume they all got like just the regular mugs. So I have probably like 4 in one hand and like 3 in the other, and it's just like an array of things. I'm just probably holding them up in the air as I'm scooting through tables. And
The old alcoholic's
God.
grip.
yeah, so I place 6 down at the table, and I walk over to the little gnome and place 1 down.
So on your way back, like looking over, you see probably like the back of Esh, and she's busy like digging through a book and like finding the right page, and then opening it up on the table, and then finding the other book, you know, that is in her bag, and putting that one down too. And once you're back, she says, "Our friend here is worried that you might be bewitched. I was hoping to do the appropriate tests, just making sure that those words don't affect your mind in any way. Just come over here for a moment, please." Just right here. Just stand right here.
Will it affect the ale?
No.
Okay.
Well, just let me know if you are under any kind of enchantment.
And I grab one of the ales and go over and probably sit next to Esh.
Okay.
Are you going to do magic?
Don't worry. I'm professionally trained by the church. I have the papers.
All right.
A moment. And I like put my finger on one of the lines in one of the books and read along for a short way down that one, and then switch books and like go to a different line, like I'm mixing 2 things together that maybe shouldn't be the same. And touch my hand to Bjarne and cast Identify.
Okay.
And what Identify lets me do is if I'm touching a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
I am frowning throughout this entire thing.
Are there
So-
any spells affecting Bjarne?
You touch. Where do you touch him?
I just like on the shoulder.
On his shoulder. Okay. You touch his shoulder. You kind of close your eyes. With your magical being, you try to find anything weird or anything that would say that he's under some kind of bewitchment. It's kind of like going through a cloud. It's hard. You try to concentrate more. You feel harder, but there's nothing. There's no weird magical aura on him. At least what you can feel with it.
And I withdraw my hand and like adjust my glasses, you know, nod satisfied and say, "No bewitchments."
Huzzah!
Good.
Close up the book, close up the other book, like squirrel them back away.
I grab the poison drink that I thought was poisoned and he was going to kill us with, and I take a deep swig of it. Skull! That's what you say, right?
Yeah, I turn and
Cheers.
skull. Cheers, well.
Skull.
And then I get back up and walk back over to where I was sitting before, next to Rook. And how many ales are left from the 6 then that I placed down? So if Rook took 1 and I have 1, there's 4 there. Did
Sven, did you
else
take one? Sven.
So, sorry. Yes, I did.
Okay. Drinking through your
Yeah, the mat. I must. Yeah,
you gotta have like a peephole in the front.
Yeah, it would be that.
Straw.
Do you always bring a straw with you?
Yes, I would actually, because how else? Yeah,
Ale
I would have a straw. I would through the mouths of the mask.
Tiny pink straw.
So,
So you sit.
what
and you
ones that
laugh.
are left are mine. And just pull them closer.
What did you say?
I
Yes.
said like the ales that were left were mine. Like
Okay.
I just grabbed both of them and pulled them closer. I probably grabbed them both in one hand and the one I'm drinking in the other, and that's just gonna drink them that way.
Did you leave one in front of where I'm playing?
Yeah, I laid one down for you. Yeah.
So the people, you notice they were kind of suspicious when you took out your books. People were giving her weird glares. But as she said something about the church, they kind of look away. They seem more calm. They're used to more different type of people going through here. So as time goes on, more and more people come in. More and more people get drunk. They start laughing, they talk. As you see some people, like one table, they have one knife, they take one hand, put it on the table, start to cut on like on the what we call it, in between the fingers. They do it faster. One person, and he looks up and he's and you see like half his finger is gotten, the knife is sticking through it. Everyone laughs. There's just blood everywhere. People seem to know this happens a lot, especially to the young ones.
I'm cracking up. That's the funniest thing I've seen all night.
Yeah, some people are playing mousetrap. They're playing with like tiny little cups. They're betting. You see someone in the corner. She's playing with these cards, and she's kind of touching the people that sit on the other side of her, and she speaks about fortunes and different kinds of prophecies that they might encounter. Let me see.
I'm not going near her for the record.
Mhm.
We've already burned one witch.
Okay, so as time moves on, it's getting more and more late. Night is coming. Simon kind of looks back. He's been taking more ales, so he's kind of a little bit dizzy. It's been a while for him. All right, I'm going to take a room, and tomorrow we'll continue. It's been so much fun. Right. I'll see you later. And you see how he kind of stands up and he kind of falls down, and he goes to the barkeep, gets a key, and kind of slumps up the stairs.
Like as he stumbles away, like around how late at night is this? Like does this seem like is he turning in early? Is he like have people already started like to leave the bar? Like, you know, is he
I'd say it was about like 11 p.m. in the afternoon. So it's getting late. You're all kind of feeling tired because you've actually been on the road for quite some time. It's been a while since you actually had somewhere to like lay down or take a rest or eat real food. And somewhere warm to be. Yeah. What do you do?
I'm looking at the mask on the Kenku, and I want to try and see his face because I'm drunk now, And I've built
I
up
mean,
the
like-
courage to look at the scary gas mask wearing robed.
I was gonna say, I would assume that, I don't know if everyone knows, but I'm wearing it because people don't like kenkus right around these parts. Like everyone's pretty much bad who's a kenku. I just want to like have that said so people know why there's a mask, I guess.
Yeah.
Like-
I assume.
Is it one of them plague doctor masks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Also, is this one of those like obvious drunk stare kind of things?
I'm like, yeah, I'm at the point
I'm
now
just, like,
where,
looking
because
at
the thing is, I think he's a scarred up mess under that mask. You know, I think he's like a human with like a horrific like disfigurement, and I want to see it.
I mean,
Can I
Sven,
do can I do like a perception to see if I notice that he's staring, and then if so, like
I'm probably not even. I probably haven't even got my head up at this point. If,
Ooh,
if it's
you're
just,
just kinda
I
like
was
this.
already drunk after like one beer or something, and I'm just sitting there, just like leaning on my empty mug, looking at him.
Okay, I wouldn't.
Sure. Yeah, but you can roll perception if you want to
Sure.
kind of just like look at him, see what he's doing.
7.
Okay, no, you don't recognize anything. You're off staring at some other women by the bar. They're having a party. They're having a nice time. Sven, would you want your identity as a Kenku to be known, or would you like to have kept it a secret?
No, just like that's the reason for the mask and like everything as much as possible. People not know that I am a kenku. Yeah.
Okay, so would you have tried to like hide it from everyone else?
Yes.
Okay, you can roll a stealth check just to see how good you've been holding up. Okay, you've actually been holding it up pretty well.
Can't see
Um,
shit.
Everyone else in the party, you know, he speaks kind of weirdly. He never takes off his mask. You think that maybe there's something wrong with that, like his face underneath, maybe, or he's very scared of getting sick, or he's just a weird guy.
Like Pony Punch in real life.
How many people are in the bar at the moment or in the tavern?
Say about 20, and one after one, they're kind of going like home. Some falling asleep by the table, and you know the dwarf barkeep. He kind of ruffles them and to get out. It's
It's a very crowded. It's a small one. Like it's not very spacious, I would assume.
yeah, it's not very spacious. It's kind of small. It's got about like 5 tables, and a lot of people are still situated around the bar, getting more drinks.
So the odds of me picking a pocket and stealing some golds would be pretty good, I guess. In a play, if everyone's
Yeah, they'd be pretty good. I mean, people, they have been paying attention to all of you since you are kind of a weird band. But ever since they kind of accepted that you're just some kind of travelers, they don't pay that much attention anymore. So you could totally try if you want to.
Yeah, I was gonna go up to see if he fixed the room or not, since I am tired. But my
Okay.
fingers are itching, or my feathers, or whatnot.
So, okay. So you go up the stairs.
Your talons are itchy.
Your talons are itching.
Dude, what's the deal? Does he
Um,
have hands or like little bird fingers?
Yeah,
Like,
that's the thing. I've been thinking I'm drinking like this, I guess, and like covering my. But I'm pretty sure they have like.
They have-
They have digits, yeah.
They have digits. They just have kind of really long claw-like nails, and they have like blackish skin. So he's probably been hiding that too.
To a casual glance, would it look like he's wearing gloves or something?
It more looked like he's gotten a very nice pedicure, like and like black nail polish, or that he's got some sort of disease, maybe.
He's an emo.
He's got the emo disease.
He's got the
Okay.
emo disease.
As you walk up the stairs, you take a right. You see like maybe 5 doors on each side. You hear from one of them. You kind of hear a slight snoring. You figure it out. It's probably Sandon. And if you walk in, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You walk in and you see him. He's kind of he's like half on the bed, half of him is on the floor. He's just kind of drooling. He looks happy.
hmm Is there any? What does the room look like? Are there any other beds, or it's?
There are 4 other beds in the room. And one of them is like a double bed. So there would be 5 beds, not including the one he's on.
When you say double, do you mean bunk beds?
Yeah, bunk beds.
Yeah, okay, I'll take top one.
Top one, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So the rest of you are sitting still in the tavern, alone.
Bobby, how do you pronounce your character's name?
Bjarne.
Bjorn. Are you still with the ladies?
No, I'm sitting at the table.
No, he was looking at
Just
the
looking at
ladies.
them. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll sort of nudge you. Ladies, eh? And I give you the old wink and the nudge.
Is he sitting? Oh, are you literally right next to us? Oh, okay.
I was playing like on the table on my own stool.
Yeah, I just kind of turn and give you a chuckle and finish the rest of my ale and probably grab the last one I had left and start drinking that one.
I'm gonna try and pull him over towards the ladies, see if we can get a conversation going.
Okay. Do you resist being pulled towards the ladies?
He does actually.
Okay, then that will be athletics check versus your athletics check.
Okay.
Denied.
Okay, so
Oh, mister.
Carcer, as you try to pull him towards the women that you so want him to talk to, Bjarne, he's just sitting still, drinking. He doesn't even care. He doesn't even look at you. He won't have to. You're way too small to get him anywhere.
Oh, if he's not looking at me, I'm gonna sort of get up on his lap. What, mister?
Kind of look up at him. Kind of take another sip and kind of place my ale back on the table. Looking at him.
Too many beers?
No.
You look like kiddo over there.
Like who?
I point over to Brad's character, which is
Half
called.
asleep in a mug. Still watching.
Brad's-
There's a bit of vomit there.
I'm watching the Kenku leave and go upstairs. And
Roll a constitution saving throw.
I will roll you a constitution. My con isn't actually that bad, to be fair.
Ooh.
Oh,
Holding my
as
own.
you, yes, like as you sit down, and as you've been drinking, you're like, yeah, I can take some more. So you drink some more, you're fine. You're like,
Let's try more.
I'm a big man now.
I'm getting my
I can
second
drink a
win.
lot. Your second win.
Side note, while all of this has been happening, like and like the night progresses as things go, like the table, the corner of the table that is Esh's corner of the table slowly gets like more and more stuff on it. Like there'll be like a book and then like another book on top of that one and like a scroll like pinned down with the sides of those books and it just kind of like progresses and she seems to just like pull stuff out of her bag and like go through it and then forget that she needs something else and move on to the next thing. And it's like she's just taking the contents of this like academic bag out onto the table in front of her. Like there's almost piles of books.
I feel like you've created your own library there.
Just a small library corner.
Yeah, exactly. Just a small library corner. And
reading.
some of them, like the titles range from like common plants of the north to like stuff that you can't read that has like weird symbols all over it in some kind of language that you just don't understand. Like it's so disparate, like it's just like a full mini library almost that she's just been working on this whole night. She hasn't drunk any of the ale that's in front of her. It's like maybe that much out of it, of the first sip, and then she forgot it existed.
I will steal one now that I'm getting my second wind.
Do you let him steal one?
Well, I don't think there's any left, like, because I'm literally.
Oh, Ash, but Ash.
Oh,
Ash has got all of
I-
hers from the whole evening just
front of her.
lined up in front of her.
Yeah. When you say steal one, are you talking about the ale or the books?
The ale. I don't want the
Oh.
book.
Oh yeah, you can easily just take that from me. There's no way that I noticed.
I've been steadily taking them all.
Yeah.
Throughout the
Yeah.
evening. She does not seem to see. I'll drink. I want to head over while Carcer is on Biana's lap and like poke my head in, and I'm gonna like address them both with, I Put 5 silver down that the one with the mask has scars, no eyes, disfigured beyond belief.
So rich for my blood, little un. You're like way taller than me.
I'll look over at Bjorn.
What is money? And I, sure.
Easy.
Okay, so you do the bet. You shake hands on it.
Yes.
You spit in your hand. You kind of do the gesture, and it's like it's done.
Yeah. I'm
Now
so
it's just up to you to
convinced.
see if it's right or wrong.
100%.
So how are you gonna find out?
He will have to wash at some point. He has to take off the mask one day, huh?
I'm gonna shoot a glance over, see if I can see around his mask.
He's not
But
here.
he's not here. He went up.
Oh,
I'm-
of course.
I'm
when
sleeping.
Yeah, he kind of freaks me out, by the way. Like the pony's character freaks me out. But that's why I waited for him to leave. I'm scared of him. But I also think he is a horrific mess under there.
Nothing
He's
wrong
been-
with scars. Gives you character, doesn't it?
I have no scars.
I'm
Only
a
on the
barbarian. I'm
inside.
covered in scars. I'm one big scar.
Definitely compared to a barbarian, I have no scars at all. I'm pretty clean looking.
So
You're one chick's dig scars. Ha ha.
I sort of unbuckle the cloth on the side of my hood and just my face is literally full of scars, mostly scarred up. And I just sort of button it back up and keep drinking my ale. And the way I'm drinking my ale too, I'm just grabbing the bottom of the mask and just sort of lifting it up and sipping underneath. Scars are sometimes good, not all the time.
as you sit, time moves on. You all start feeling drowsy, especially those of you who have had a lot of drinks. You long to get into a warm, cozy bed, just to sleep out, just to have those nights, those moments where you don't have to worry about if you're going to freeze to death during the nights or if you're going to wake up and it's going to be raining all over you. So, do you make yourselves to the room?
100%. I'm so looking forward to the bed.
Ash and Ezra?
As we're walking up, I'm going to be trying to point out different scars I got to Rook. How interesting scars can be.
I'm interested in the scars.
This one, Pyromancer, wasn't it? Nicky Clark, hottest you can get.
Pyromancer. How did Pyromancer leave scar?
Not important. I'm probably lying through my ass.
I'm just scratching my head. I'm like, it's fire.
When everybody else leaves the table, it takes Ash a solid half an hour to realize everybody's gone.
I'm still sitting at the table myself. I haven't-
Okay.
Yeah, so
Like the barkeep, the dwarf, he comes up and he kind of starts cleaning the table, looking at all of you like he wants to go home.
Get the fuck out, yeah.
Like, please. He's not gonna say it, but he's just gonna look at you like,
Can I have 2 more ales, please?
we're close.
But
For the
you're working right now. And I'm sleeping upstairs. My money is good.
make us a persuasion check.
Charm this dwarf. I don't know why I think he's a dwarf, but
He is a
he is a
dwarf.
dwarf. I was right. Okay, good.
He kind of looks you over and he's like, I think you've had enough to drink.
What about if actually that was a 10?
Is it a 10?
Yes.
Is it a 10?
It's
Is it
a
a 10? Okay. It's like, I mean, I think you've had enough, but got. All right. He goes back. He puts his hand on and
Oh, money. And I grab another gold piece and lay it down.
he takes it. He gives you another silver coin. He goes back, he gets 2 ales, he gets them, and he puts it down on your table. Well, I am going to sleep. Good night. And he kind of goes back, finishing cleaning everything else.
Good night. Says without looking up a single time.
You hear him kind of whisper like,
Dwarf racist bastard. But so it's just you and me sitting at the table.
Yeah, and I'm just sort of sitting there like with so I have 2 new ales. I'm drinking one. I have the other one right next to me, and I'm just sort of like leaning over on the table, kind of like my elbows on the table, my head in my hands, just sort of speaking some, I guess, would it be Nordic or Midgardian, or what's the northern language called?
I'd say be Nordic.
Nordic. Okay, well in Nordic I'm kind of kind of just saying some chants to Odin, I guess you could say. under my breath. And I drink my first beer, and then I finish my chant, and I stand up and slam the other beer and slam the glass on the table and nod to Esh and grab my pack and head upstairs to my room.
When you slam the glass down, she sort of like starts and like looks up like what the fuck, you know, like finally disturbed, you know, and then sees that there's nobody else in this room, like anywhere. Basically, everybody is gone, and she goes, "Oh, it's that late, okay," and starts, you know, bundling things up herself to go and rest.
Okay, so everyone, you find a bed, you settle down, you stretch out, and it's so good. You haven't slept in a bed in like 5 days. You've been sleeping on that damn cart, on those damn carpets that you hate so much. But it's finally nice to just take a rest. Should we take a break here?
Yeah.
We've been going for about more than an hour. All right, let's take a break.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. I don't know, like 5. Go get yourself a wee. Go get yourself a drink. Go get yourself some Class A drugs, and we'll return and continue with the adventure in
Waiting for it.
5 minutes. Always promoting Class A drugs here.
Yeah.
On Brad Photo.
On the Brad Photo channel.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back in 5.
Cool.
Welcome back, everybody, to Fimbulwinter. We're going to continue. Charlie, it's over to you, your show.
Yeah, we're gonna start. Okay. So, you were in your beds. You fall asleep very quickly. You remember you kind of like cuddle into the warm new sheets. Ash and Asra, your dreams are usually filled with different images of different pasts and future and presents that didn't happen. Tonight you feel different. You see someone, and in this dusk of nothingness, he walks towards you. You see he's got one sword in one hand and a sword in the other. And he walks closer. And you're scared. And then the dream ends. Let me see. Bjorn.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
This constitutes a long rest, right?
Yeah, it's a long rest. Bjorn, you also have dreams. You dream about your homeland. You dream about the forests. And you feel yourself kind of drawn to it. You miss it. But you also feel a comforting presence. Like when you pray to your gods and you know they're there, it feels kind of empty. It feels like they're not listening. And that's where your dream ends. Now I want all of you to roll perception checks. Every single one.
Okay. My wonderful perception will reveal a 17.
15.
Okay, cool. Swen, as you lie and you kind of croak in your sleep, your beak kind of smells something. You breathe in, you kind of cough a bit. It's kind of hard to breathe. You kind of wake up and outside you see lights flickering. The scent you're smelling, it's smoke. And you see that it's kind of crawling into the small gaps in the window. And it's rising in the room. Everyone else, Ash and Esra, you also start to wake. You feel yourself kind of coughing. Björna, you also wake up. And the light outside, it's not like it's morning. It's still dark, but there's flickering. It's red. It's orange. Rook, you also wake up. You feel something weird. You feel your senses are tingling. You feel there's something wrong. Cursor, you're sleeping. You don't feel anything. You're sleeping like a baby. You're dreaming about gnome metal and ponies and everything. And let me see. Sandon, he's also asleep. He's still drooling and half sleeping on his bed.
I get up and I walk over to the window. Like as soon as I see something's off, like it's not often I notice things, but it's not the right time for there to be light outside. And I look out the window.
Yeah, are we all in the same room? Like, how's the room situation? Like, are there multiple rooms? Like, is that
No. You're in the same room. It's kind of a bigger room on the second floor.
Okay. Yeah.
There's one window.
All right. Yeah,
like,
I'm
down to the
standing
city.
next to Ash. Then I guess.
All right.
Take my glasses out of my pocket and like squint out the window.
Yeah, if everyone's
As
going to
you
the window.
squint, yeah, as you all kind of stand by the window, kind of everyone trying to see something. You see torches. You see forms of humans outside. They're moving erratically. Some running, some kind of slumping, some just falling to their knees.
Not what I would call good. Okay, we should wake the other one and then go downstairs, figure out what's going on. Keep close, make sure you have some kind of defensible thing, because this is probably something like a riot or a kerfuffle of that sort.
Well, then maybe we should stay up here. Why would we go down there with them?
Because they have fire and this building is made of wood.
Oh.
That's a
Okay.
good point. Just curiously, when I look at this formation, like from my history in the military and as a soldier, like, does it seem like there's any like structure to this formation as they're moving, or is it just literally like a crowd of people moving along through the town?
You don't actually see a formation. It's too hard to see from the small window. You only see kind of figures and flickering of lights. It's too hard to see. You just see a bunch of people moving around in different ways. So you can't actually make out anything. You hear screams somewhere. You hear yelling. You hear what sounds like drums. Maybe. You don't know. You're not
So I
sure.
was control to Carson then and wake him up if no one else has. Wake up.
May I roll a history check for this kind of thing in the area previously?
Absolutely. Sure. Do it.
This is like a tiny little way.
Yeah, but
station
I know
town, right?
everything.
I know.
Let-
I'm
yeah,
just trying to.
So it's like a
I'm
trade
just-
town, yeah.
It's like a separate question to the history check. I just like it's not a big place, right? It's like
No,
a little,
it's a small town. It's not. It's got like maybe 50 people living in it.
Right.
So 14. You don't know. You've read something about a town in this country that maybe had a flu, like a swine flu, maybe. But you don't know. You don't think it's about that.
Hmm.
I have no idea. So you wake up, Carcer?
Mhm.
How do you
Okay.
wake me up?
I'm just shaking you. Like on the she's like, wake up.
I mean, if you're like violently shaking me, like the
Mhm.
second my eyes are open, I'll be like grabbing onto you and trying to wrestle you onto the floor.
Can I try to just smack him off then? I'm assuming you're trying to tangle on, but I don't know how small you are compared to me.
Yeah, roll a Sven, roll a dexterity saving throw, and Carcer, you should roll a strength check, I think.
Athletics? Okay.
Oh god.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Get off.
Fucking
Carcer,
have it! That's bastard!
as you're in this middle of a dream, you fumble through the dream and you see something before you. You see a mask. You take out your fist and punch him right in the face. Sven, you just kind of look. You weren't ready for him to wake up this quickly, so it just kind of goes right into your face, and you're sure you feel something kind of break, and you're kind of like, my beak. It kind of hurts. If birds could have nosebleed, you'd probably have one. You sure you feel some kind of warm thing run down your face a little bit.
As a barbarian, I've probably slept in the wild a lot, and if something violently shakes you awake, you kind of have to react to that.
Exactly. You're probably woken up by like a
The second I realize
wolf
it's
or
you,
something.
yeah, sorry there, Buff. You all right?
It's fine.
I'm just
Get up.
smiling at you.
Get up, there's fire outside. We have no time to waste. Let's go before they're around the door.
Fire?
Fire. People with fire.
And curiously, like what is the window something that Carcer can look out of? Or is it too high?
You can look out of the window. Thing is, the glass, it's such an old building. The glass is kind of crackly. It's dusty. You can't see through it. If you want to see clear, you could probably try to open it, but you don't see a clear handle. It's not made to open.
Grab your things, Carcer. We're heading out.
Yeah, I'm grabbing all my stuff.
And,
I'll try and go first if no one's like immediately leaving.
Yeah, I as soon as you're out the door, I have like my shoulder satchel over and I'm following you down the stairs because I don't want to get trapped by fire on the second floor of a building.
Yeah, I'd probably be like either leading the way or up near the front, and I have my large shield and my warhammer at the ready, and I have my metal helm donned as well.
Do you wake Sandon?
I actually Bjorn doesn't even think about Sandon. Totally forgets about Sandon.
I'll wake him up.
Okay, that's
Wake
very
up,
nice of
wake
you.
up.
Rick.
And I'll just like shake him a bit. I'll be like, they're burning the building. Even
Oh,
though they're
what
not.
is it? The building.
They,
It's fire.
they're burning the building. Or maybe.
Oh, the carpets. The carpets. I need to get my carpets. He sits up. You see, he's kind of got like a hangover. He's still probably a little bit drunk. But he goes with you. So you head down the stairs.
Yeah.
You head down the stairs. You see someone. You see two people. You see a woman and a child. They're covering underneath a table. You see they have the woman has splatters of blood across her face, and she's sitting there with the child holding it, just kind of shushing it, like, be quiet. Just be quiet.
When we see her, I look at her and quietly, what is happening outside?
And she looks at you and she, don't go closer.
I will not, but what is happening outside? Do you know?
I don't know. They came and I took my child and I don't know what's going on. They came out of nowhere.
And I turn back. Do you guys know who they are?
The ones with the torches? I point, but I ask the woman.
Yes.
Did they hurt you? Like pointing at the blood.
We got away, but my husband, Edwin, he didn't get away. They killed him. They killed him. And she kind of repeats it over and over, and she's in a state of shock right now.
Clearly, these things, or people, I guess if you could call them that, are not acting lawfully. They'll have to do something, surely.
You hear more yells. You hear the drums. They keep getting closer. Outside, you see someone at the door. They kind of start banging. They, please let me in, please. And then they just stop. And they kind of fall slowly down the door. And you see someone walk past.
As she dies and we see this person step in through, like, do I notice any colors, any adornments on this person? First of all, is it a human?
No, they didn't go in.
Oh.
It was someone at the door outside.
Okay.
And they died
Okay.
for some reason.
I'm like just ready up and lift my shield and sort of get into position and move towards the door and just sort of take a ready action with my warhammer.
Is there windows, like big windows that we can see, so I could get an angle and see what the hell's going on with the person who was killed at the door?
Okay. There are windows. They're not very big, but you could probably just peek through them.
Yeah, I don't want to put my head outside. I just want to look out the window and
Okay.
see if I can get an angle on, like, if there's some person speared at the door or something. I don't know. I want to see how
Okay.
this person died, but without in any way going outside.
Okay, so you look at the window. You kind of peer up. You try to kind of go at an angle to see how this person died outside. It's kind of hard to see. You just kind of see a body lying like forward on the door, and you see something sticking out of it. It kind of looks like an axe, but you're not sure.
I'm gonna duck back down again in case someone throws an
Roll a
axe at me.
stealth check.
Oh my god! Don't make me roll any checks. Actually, I
He
can
says
do
he
that.
hops down. Rook, what did you see?
I like duck down under the window, and I'll turn and say, I think he was killed by an axe. Is that a warband?
Well, Illyria and Midgard are at war.
I mean, that depends upon your definition
They're
of
not. They're not
warband.
at war yet,
Size
Not
or
tech-
or any. They're not. They haven't started a war.
So, my
You
bad.
don't know that yet.
I mean, it could be a patrol party. It could be a legion. I mean, warband is so indistinct.
Well, it's not
Regardless,
the city guard. This is a tiny little place.
who attacks helpless civilians?
So Rook, you look back at Björn. Björn, as you look at Rook, you see something standing behind him outside
Like through the glass, through the window.
through the glass.
What do I see?
Even though it's kind of dark and you can only see kind of flickers of light, you see a tall man. He's at least twice as large as Rook. So he's probably a bit larger than you. You see him holding an axe in his hand. He kind of swifts it around. And you see a smile on his face.
The second I see him smile,
Big
like,
smile, bigger.
yes. The second I see him smile, and I looked at Rook, and he smiled at me.
Who
I sort
smiled
of,
at you?
like, shake my head.
And as he smiles,
Fuck this! And then I literally just kick the door. I try to kick the door outwards.
and as you kick the door, he slams his axe through the glass towards Rook. You can roll initiative.
Oh my god. I'm gonna die.
No, you're not.
Fucking kill me straight away.
Rook dies.
I knew I shouldn't have gone to the window, but I was too curious. God damn.
You gotta get to the window, man. Oh wow, great roll. I didn't select a token though.
Don't worry, Rook. The axe coming towards you is only going to roll a 5. So
The thing is, Rook is actually not like that unsurvivable. Like my dex and my con are okay. My AC is okay and my HP is okay. I just suck at actually everything else. I'm never gonna help you investigate, perceive, or persuade people.
that's
things.
okay. I'm not going to help with any kind of seeing or convincing or pretending I know anything that isn't directly from a book.
Okay, so
Did you see him? Yeah, you did. Okay.
okay, let me say, Bjarne, you can roll in a strength check to kick open the door just before the round starts.
Straight up strength check
Yeah.
right now.
Yes. Just do it now.
10.
Okay, it doesn't open yet. You kind of kick it, but it's not open. All right, so the person behind the glass, he shatters the glass towards you. And I'll see if he hits you.
I scream.
What's your AC?
16.
Okay. He takes his axe and he just swings it into the glass. You see shatters everywhere, and you swear you feel something kind of go past your face. And as you breathe, you notice that he didn't hit you.
All right. I'm like whipping out swords and spinning around, but preparing also to run at the same time. I bring 2 short swords out. I have one in front of me, like across me, and one behind me, like reverse grip. Like that's how I hold shit.
Oh, you're doing that stupid maneuver.
Because I'm a spinny. Wait, there's a reason for it. I looked into it. If you hold one in reverse grip, it's very useful in tight corridors and enclosed spaces.
All right.
So that is why I'm doing that. Fuck you. I was like, I know someone's gonna bitch at me for doing it. I'm gonna look up why that's useful.
So, this man, he kind of looks at you and he growls. I'm gonna get you. And he tries to climb in through the window. but he kind of gets caught and he doesn't actually get the entire way through. All right. It's Ash and Esther's turn.
Ash is first.
Ash.
Ash, instead of having a weapon in her hand, she's pulled out a book. This is one of the ones with all the funny symbols on it. And she says something in a language that I don't think any of you speak, unless you speak Celestial.
No.
Yeah,
You speak Celestial?
I have Celestial.
Well, it's like,
Make sure
you know,
for you. Yeah, I have Celestial as well. Yeah.
she says something incandescent like gestures, you know, by the divine right, you know, granted by the church and the training they have delivered, you know, I strike kind of thing. Like it's
Do you
clearly
read the terms and conditions of the church?
I basically, yeah, like
In
so I'm going
subsection
to
C.
magic missile. And that's actually I gotta do that more than once because it's 3 of them. Because it's 3 missiles.
It's auto hit, right?
Yeah, it's auto hit, so it's a total of 9 damage.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah, as the purple orbs just into the guy.
Cool. Shman, it's your turn.
Yes, I am imagining that I'm on the second floor still, and assume that you could see it to the first floor from there. Like if you're on-
You'd have to kind of, you were all kind of walking down the stairs, so you could be around the stairs.
Yeah.
So they probably haven't seen you yet.
Then I would just, since he's coming through the window, I'll try to shoot my bow though towards him if he's climbing through the window.
Okay. Let me see. Okay, you want to shoot him?
Yeah.
Okay, shoot. Go ahead. That does not hit.
All right. Fine.
Smiley. Is that your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Rook, it's your turn.
All right. So this thing's big. Is it a human?
As you look at him, he's wearing some kind of fur. He's bare chested, but he's got this big leather armor piece on half of his chest. He's got this charcoal kind of paint on his face that kind of goes back, and he is bald. And he's twice the size of you. He's human, but
big.
you don't see him as human.
I'm pretty fucking short as well. I'm only 5'7".
Yeah.
Well, fuck this guy. He's scared. He's scaring me. I would like to strike at him with my daggers. Nope, they're not daggers. They're short swords. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to hit him with slice, then try and hit him with dice, which is the name.
Slice and dice. Okay, so the first one hits.
Slicing across the front of him. I try and hit him with the reverse one, and then realize how dumb this way of holding swords is, and then
Okay.
and then miss with dice. Damage on slice is 8 piercing. And then I think I'm gonna run away. Now, here is the whole. I built this entire character around running away from things that are scary. I think. Let's see. When I melee attack against a creature, I don't provoke opportunity attacks for the rest of the turn, whether I hit or not. So I can just run away from him.
Yeah, you could, because he's kind of stuck in the window. So it's hard for him to get a shot at you.
Yeah, so I slice and I dice, and then I turn around. There's just a look of fear on my face. I guess who's holding shields or looks big and scary? I guess it'd be Bjorn or
Bjorn.
My shield is probably like, I want to say 3 to 4 feet tall. Like it's a pretty.
I don't look big and scary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think I can hide behind you, even though you're a barbarian. So I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna run to wherever Bjorn is and hide behind him. Spin around and prepare to run. I'm just gonna keep running in and dashing and slicing and dicing him. That's my
Okay, so
attempt.
as you hit him with slice, you turn around in this shock. You have your daggers out, and as you see, as he's kind of stuck, you just kind of, you don't even look, you just slice at him, and you see he just kind of gets this gash on his chest. He kind of grunts, but he's still after you.
Yeah, I'm running away. I'm running straight to Bjorn, like, get him away from me! Like, I'm so scared. I'm freaking out, running away. I'm done. That's
Okay,
it. That's all I want to do.
Carcer,
with my time.
it's your turn.
So is he inside now, or is he outside the window trying to...
He's kind of half in, half out. He's got kind of like one leg inside and one leg outside. He's like on his way getting in.
Okay,
This is
then.
all happening at the same time.
I'm going to... Yeah, I'm gonna start raging. I just start like swearing sort of under my breath constantly. It's like this drone, this hum of
Like when you hit your toe, kind of.
yeah, when you hit the pinky right on the corner of the bed. And I'm just gonna grab him by the shoulders and try and grapple him inside onto the floor.
Okay. That will be, let me see. Athletics check
Okay, I get advantage on this because I'm...
is, could be dexterity. Okay, let me see. It's 4. Okay, you try to run up to him through the broken glass. You kind of have to watch your step, even if you... Are you wearing boots?
Oh, I'd be wearing boots now, yeah.
Okay, cool. You kind of try to get to a side where you can grapple him, but there's too much glass and he's too big for you to actually grapple. He's
What did he roll?
so you kind of try to you try to grapple. He kind of goes away and he looks at you. It looks
It's
like
a free action. Can I spit in his face?
as a reaction, sure.
You're going to
roll
use your
dexterity
reaction to
roll?
spit in his face.
Fucking right. I'm pretty strong when I'm angry. And he's
Do a
like
mouth dexterity check.
a mouse dexterity check.
Oh,
That sounds amazing. And I need to practice that more often.
that is, yeah. the ultimate.
Just a normal roll.
Oral check.
Oh.
It's a save, but okay. It's cool.
I don't have an oral check.
You don't
skill.
have an oral check. You totally make that a thing. You try kind of like with all the swearing, you kind of try to collect all of that gunk into one nasty spit ball. But as you kind of try to spit at him, it kind of just like goes to the side. Half gets on your face. It kind of looks like you have rabies. It doesn't.
That's
He
probably
looks-
what I look like when I
It looks
rage.
humored.
Yeah, 100%. He looks humid.
It's the
So I'll
rage.
fucking kill him.
The old rage rabies. Out
Okay.
of curiosity, is there music or is it just stopped for me?
Yeah.
It's music. I hear it.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna refresh and see if it's...
I can't
Okay.
refresh ever.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, we can. Oh yeah, it came
there
back
we
for
go.
me.
There we go.
Refresh.
Okay, I just restarted it. So is that. Okay,
So,
Bjarne.
my turn. Okay, I
your
raise
turn.
my shield and I quickly turn my head and look back to Rook. Stay with me. And as I approach, like, first of all, how far away is he from me?
I'd say it'd be like 8 feet from you.
Okay, so I sort of like raise my shield up to eye level and I sort of like crouch down slightly. And as I'm about 5 feet away, I raise my warhammer up with my other hand and point it towards him. And in Nordic, I say, "Odin, smite him down!" And I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay. That's enough.
Except,
Yeah, you weren't lying though. Like
except,
you did say when I was dreaming that they weren't listening.
except that it's a 20. It's not a 1. It's a 20.
Is it a critical hit?
Yeah,
How many times can you do that? Did you roll a 10?
I've done them.
Did
I
you
did the
just-
5.
Okay,
I actually no,
okay.
I did the 20, but I didn't do the 5. So I still have the
Okay.
5 in reserve. But the 20, Critical
Okay.
hit, guiding bolt.
Okay, so that's a critical hit.
A critical
Um,
hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crit.
Okay.
it's
so-
natural.
It's a nat
20.
20.
Okay, so as I do that, I guess the way this attack works, I just lift up my warhammer, and it's not like this, like like the typical fantasy like big rectangle. It's kind of like just like a beefed up literal hammer, like you work be working with. So that's what it's like. And out of the top of the hammer, just this bright light shoots out of it. And if it's a crit,
It's double the die.
it's double damage. So do you mind if I just straight up roll the dice instead of just pressing this twice?
Yeah, roll the die.
All right, well, if it's just to make sure that's it. Yeah, here we go. Takes 20 damage.
Oh my god. All right.
It's a lot of ones too.
So, as you protect your friends and you see this big burly man trying to get in, you see the woman and the child in the corner, and they are so afraid. You feel rage in your entire being. You know you must do the right thing. And as you call upon your gods, and your gods, you feel nothing, but then you feel something from the back. You feel Ashenezra's calm, gentle magic come over you, and you feel your strength come back. You take up this hammer, and you just smite it. You see this man, he just gets this electrocuted, and you see kind of a small speck of blood going down his neck. And he starts kind of twitching. You see he's getting mad. Can't hear you.
I mute it.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Oh, so that was my action, and as my bonus action, I'm gonna keep approaching him and get within melee distance. And for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith. And I guess as I cast the guiding bolt, I just raise the hammer up, and whatever white light is left from the hammer just sort of surrounds me in like a slight faint glow, I guess, and I get 2 extra AC concentration.
All right.
And
That's
I'm
your turn?
hiding behind him more. I'm already.
You're
I'm
hiding behind
absolutely
him more and more.
blown
Okay.
away by that. That was like amazing, and Bjorn is now my hero.
You see this man, this terrible person, he gets angry. You thought he was angry before he gets angrier. He kind of starts thrashing through this glass, and he doesn't care that it's starting to like kind of cut into his arms and into his body. Let me see. It's in 16. Okay, so this time, as he kind of thrashes through this window, he kind of gets in. He gets his axe again, and he kind of gets his stance. You see, he's not as confident as he used to be. He's got kind of these gashes, and he's kind of looking a bit rough. But let me see, who's closest? I think that will be Bjorn.
Yeah, I was
He's
hoping to
going-
get like within melee distance, like right in front of him.
Yeah. Okay, he's going to try and hit you. Okay, see. 8. Does that hit you?
No, it does not.
No. So in his rage, he pulls back his axe, and he kind of just heaves it onto your shields. And he kind of expects something to happen, but you stand fast. You feel nothing will get through this shield.
Can you,
Right.
like ring out like crazy loud? Like, is there some sort of like loud brang or something?
Yeah, there is a loud brang as it goes through. And you see that kind of his axe, like the top of it, it's kind of cracky. It's kind of cracking almost. All right, Ashenezra, it's your turn.
I am going to I'm going to step aside so that there is not a direct line. Like, I want to make sure that Bjarne and Rook are not in the direct line of my fire to this enemy.
Mm-hmm.
So Esh takes a couple of like measured steps, like so that she's in exactly the right place, and then lifts her book in front of her, says something, and points her finger, and from her finger, like a gout of flame like emerges, and it catches all along the floor and all like straight through the window, like outside, all lit up like. And I'm casting Agonizer's Scorcher, which is which is a 5 foot by 30 foot like line of fire, basically.
Okay.
Like if there's anybody outside the window, they're probably getting burned too.
Okay,
How
okay.
high
Cool.
is it? Like 5 feet wide. and
It's
how high?
like a 5 foot by 5 foot, like it's like block of
I got you. Just
fire,
like 30
basically.
feet. That's crazy.
So like it springs from her finger, and it's like this tiny point that turns into a big sort of like line of fire.
Is there a saving throw?
There is a saving throw, and I'm going to do the thing. And your guy gets a 5 on his dexterity saving throw, by the way.
Oh shit. Okay.
So
Okay.
9 damage
9 damage.
because I rolled bad.
Okay. Let me
And that
see.
fire, I think, is still there. No, it isn't. It's just a line, and then it dissipates.
The government just lets you people do this? I'm like looking at all these crazy magic casters that are destroying everything around.
All right. So, as you throw out this line of huge fire, you see it just kind of searing through the wood and just crawling itself towards this person. You see it kind of catch onto his legs, and it just kind of goes up towards him. You see him kind of screech in the fire, and you see like burns start covering his body. He's looking kind of rough. He looks at you. He can only breathe right now. All right, is that your turn?
Yeah. Cool. Suffice to say, as well, though, the response that I have to like any kind of threatening look at me or anything like that is I'm not even looking at him. When I was casting, I was reading, and I just went like, boom, okay, next thing, turn page, next thing. You know, like I'm.
He looks at you like, you know, when you're talking, like when teachers talk to their students and the students just look at their phones.
Yeah.
Appointment. All right, Sven, it's your turn.
Yeah. I will ready up my bow again, but since my last shot was so shitty, I'm assuming that I'm gonna look around the room and see if there's anything like a lamp that I could shoot down.
Yeah,
Or
you
anything of
actually
the sort.
see like a chandelier that is kind of in the middle of the thing. You think if you could shoot it right, it could probably fall down.
The other thing to note is you probably have advantage on this because of guiding bolt, because it's the next attack roll against the thing. So
Yep. The
This
next,
is an attack
yeah,
roll against a chandelier, though.
All right.
No, it has to be against the target.
yeah,
Okay, so
You're shooting the chandelier, though, aren't you?
Yes, I'm shooting the chandelier.
okay. Make an intelligence check.
Jawohl. Is it that? Yeah.
You know that if you hit this shot, you're gonna totally kill him. You are so secure that you're gonna kill this person if you shoot that chandelier. Gotta do it.
What? Oh shit! I thought that. Wait, didn't I put it in?
No, you didn't shoot it. You need to shoot.
Oh, I thought I missed completely. Cool. Okay. Boop.
That was
There
intelligence.
we go.
well, you didn't. Is that 3 1s in a row from you? I feel like that's 3 1s in a row.
All right. So, as you figure this great plan out, you know you're gonna save your accomplices. They're kind of.
I got you.
He's got your back. You get your. Is it a crossbow or a bow?
It's a bow, a short bow.
Okay. You get your short bow ready, and you kind of just pull it back. You look through your raven eyes. I think you are. Are you a raven? A Kenku raven?
Crow. Yeah.
A crow. Okay, Liz, your crow eyes. And you kind of you let go. and you see how this arrow just goes right on that chandelier. And you see the small kind of rope that holds it. It shatters. And it just falls right down, but not on the spot you wanted.
Mhm.
It falls right down on Rook and Bjorne. Let me see.
Wrecked.
So
yeah, it does.
you take 12 damage each.
Oh my god.
Get that. But you can roll a dexterity saving throw. To see if,
Instead of rolling out of the way, I probably would have looked up and just like put my shield up and
yeah, sure, you can do that as well. That would be a dexterity saving throw too, just to see if you're okay.
Dex save for a shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just use normal dex. Okay. So as this chandelier comes down, Bjarne, you just kind of pull it up, and you try to brace yourself for this chandelier coming in. You don't know where it came from. Who put this on you? It kind of goes down. You feel it hit the shield. You feel yourself getting the entire weight of that chandelier on you, and Rook, you do as well. You take 10 damage each.
I have no shield. I just have to take a chandelier to the face.
Bjorn, he kind of shields you, but you still take 10 damage from the force.
Okay.
Oof.
Like I guess I take the damage and then I kind of turn the shield and the chandelier slides off to the side and crashes into the ground. I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna look around and make sure no one saw what I did.
You can roll perception checks if you want. everyone else.
Yeah.
I
I'm not gonna
assume
roll
that the
perception,
people
I'm
out.
gonna-
Okay, those who want to look where it came from. You don't want to. You're not interested. Okay.
I'm gonna look to Rook.
We're in a fight and it happened behind me, so I don't.
Okay. Okay. Carcer, your turn.
Quick question: does a grapple count as an attack?
It's an action. What? In what context?
What
Because
does
my
Betty-
rage will drop if I didn't attack or take damage in that turn.
No, it's an attack for the
Oh,
rate
okay.
thing. It's,
Yeah.
Cool. Okay then. So as I see these, my party members just get crushed by the chandelier. Obviously, someone outside is shooting shit inside.
Yeah.
So I extend my hand towards. Who do I extend it towards?
Because you're kind of with Ash and Ezra, and Bjorn and Brooke, they're in front of you.
Okay, so I extend it, my hand towards Rook, and I smile at him. And you feel this power of a D6 shine over you, Rook. I'm gonna give you bardic inspiration, and then I'm gonna charge at this guy as he's trying to. Did he finally get inside the window yet?
Yeah, he got inside of the window, but he's kind of half on fire, and he's looking pretty rough.
Oh, I'm totally gonna recklessly swing at him, just wildly, just like try and bat him as I run at him.
Okay, roll an attack roll.
Okay, advantage because reckless.
Oh my god. All right.
Oh, I rolled
So-
a
God damn.
This is the crit.
Did you give
episode.
him the inspiration too, Rook?
I have
Yeah.
inspiration, yeah.
Okay.
D6 now.
How do you give him the inspiration?
That was me as I extend a hand to him and I give him this,
Okay,
this
okay.
crazy ass fucking like foaming smile.
Okay, okay.
There's nothing more
So-
inspiring in the world than a rabid-looking gnome.
Right. So you feel your friends being in danger, and the rage and the inspiration hits you. You feel joy, but you feel hate, and both of those combined make you the barbarian that you are. You kind of run gracefully towards Rook. You give him a smile, like, I got this. Rook, you feel yourself being encouraged by this.
A bit of phlegm sort of comes off and lands
Yeah,
on
it kind
you.
of goes into her face, and it's like, it feels like it's just pure power to you.
This is great,
Yes.
yes.
This is
Love it.
very great. Yes.
I probably like feel like or even hear like the light faint tings of his spitter like hitting my helmet.
It's beautiful. It's like summer rain.
I'm pulling bits of chandelier out of my scalp and wiping away.
You take your axe, actually, your half axe, your half instrument. You take it and you run towards this person. You see his eyes kind of widen as you get ready. He's never seen something so small look so terrifying. He's like 8 foot. I think that, no, he's not 8 foot. He's like 7 foot. I don't know American things. Anyway. And he sees you, the small gnome, going towards him. And you swear you hear him say, Mama, as you kind of just swing and you shuck this into his shoulder with a clank. You feel it kind of go through. You can roll your damage.
Oh God.
Okay.
I get rage damage +2 on that as well.
Slice it from shoulder to groin.
All right.
26.
Yes. As you feel, you hit bone. And as you hit bone, you go down again and you feel flesh. You go down again, you feel bone. You go down again, you feel something more soft. You cleave this man in half. And you see him kind of try to keep himself together. He drops his axe on the ground, and you kind of see as half his body kind of slides off him onto the ground, and the guts kind of crawl out of him. It's a bloody mess, but you're out of danger for now. You see the woman and the child sitting in the corner. They are terrified. She's got more blood in her face, but she looks up at you and she's like, thank you.
I just smile at her like, what? Was any playing?
That was awesome. I'm like blown away.
Good
by
job,
it.
team.
That whole thing was amazing and frightening, and I'm covered in spit and chandelier. But everyone, as far as I'm concerned, everyone else was the most impressive thing I've ever seen. I didn't even see the rogue launching arrows in.
But he must have been doing good
He
work.
must have been doing good shit. I thought everyone was just random people that I got on a cart with.
The leftover fire that is from the scorcher. Esh sort of like waves her hand and snaps her fingers, and it like, you know, like quiets down almost immediately.
Yeah, it started kind of to spread, but as you kind of try to shut it down, it calms down and it goes slow. It's like slow embers, and you see like the last kind of flames flicker on his body as he's dead.
One down, probably at least 10 and maybe 100 more to go.
Can I poke my head out the window and see how accurate that number is?
Okay, as you peer out the window, you see fire. You see torches lighting up the night, and then first you see a dozen of them. Then you see more than you can count. To the sides of the streets, you see men and women, children. They lay on the streets, bloody. They're slaughtered, and a burly man covered in fur, not very unlike the one that just came into your place, looks over a small girl. He heaves up his great axe and he pulls it down. There is no guilt. There's no regret. There is only killing for these people. You see more armored men and women. They all have some sort of fur-like things. A lot of them are blonde. They have war paint through their faces. You see they have blood splattered across their teeth. Some are rallying to their drums. And they're coming closer.
Do I recognize them at all when I glance out through the window, like as if, like, do they look northern? Do they seem as if, do I recognize like the way that they're dressed as being from a specific tribe or something?
Can I look at the one
You-
that's dead? because there's one there that's in two parts, but we could maybe discern. I want to see if I can.
We kind of like put him together.
Like, can we see if there's a patch on him or something?
That's twice the amount of clues. Come on.
So many clues.
All right, so
I'm gonna crawl there though.
Alright.
I'm staying low because I don't trust the windows anymore. I'm like on the ground crawling along with two swords, like ding 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 ding.
as you look at these people, you know you've seen some of these before. Not perhaps the people itself, but kind of their auras. You know these as the people who come from Nilfheim. You know these as the people that are from the farthest north part of Midgard. They seem to kind of come from different cultures because they have all different types of armor, but they all have some sort of same goal type aura to them. I
So,
can't figure out the English name. Yeah.
so too many to fight then.
Sisu!
All I'm saying is we do have a cart, and we do have a cart driver, and we do have a way to leave.
But are we not lacking a horse?
The horse will be fine.
Where is the cart?
You now kind of see Sadden sitting by the stairs. He walks up behind Sven. Like, oh my god, what? I've never seen you fight like that before. We should get out of here right now.
Strongly agree.
Are there murdering people out there?
Who are they? Do you know? And who is that? And he points at the dead dude on the floor.
Interloper.
I try and wake him up by slapping him around the face.
The half man.
The half man.
You kind of slap him around a bit. His flesh kind of goes to the right and to the left. He doesn't really answer. You think he's kind of dead. Like very dead.
Oops. Wasn't me.
Roll perception checks, everyone.
Damn it.
God damn it. I'm laying down.
So it's a 7, 4, 11, 7, 14. Okay, so Carcer, you kind of look around. Your northern senses kind of tingling. You know that there's a fight in the air. You feel them you hear them coming closer. You know it's kind of, if you want to get out of here, it's time to move.
Look, if we want to fight, we stay here. Otherwise, we need to leave now.
Let's do that second one. I can't do that same thing I just did a lot of times.
I mean, we can't find everyone here. From what I hear, there could be like 100 out there.
Yes, but if we get to the cart, we can leave ahead of them. They seem to be on foot. Carts are faster.
Yes, just all right. It's in the stables. We can get to the stables. It's not far from here.
Back way then.
All right.
I look a little bit disappointed, but not too much because I know I'd probably die. But it would have been one hell of a fight.
I looked at Carcer. I'm sort of like scratching my helmet as if I'm scratching my head. About 5 more than I could have taken. Let's go.
3 more than I could have taken.
Well, why are we not fighting?
Both of you would have died in the first 6.
A chandelier dropped on my head. It hurts.
Oh no! How did that happen?
I don't know.
That's right. And with that, I'm going to.
I think they were shooting inside.
Bad
no.
workmanship on this tavern.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
All right. You can all right. Do you look down, you look away, or you look around for another door?
Yeah, head out the back way towards the stables if possible.
Okay. You kind of look around. There's no real back door. You see to the side there seems to be some kind of by the kitchens. You kind of go inside. You kind of go through all of these butchered meats and the pots and the liquor. You see a small door. It's just a normal wooden door. You believe it's kind of like to take in the fresh products in the morning, or take like what would we call it, like deliveries.
I'm gonna grab a bottle of liquor as I walk by and put it in my pack.
Okay, you grab a. Oh my god, I shouldn't be dropping the die. Okay, you grab a good quality wine.
Put that in my pack. Grab one, Rook.
Well, that would. Okay. I'll grab one too.
Okay, see, Rook, you grab like a what we call it, like it's not the best wine. It's okay. You can get drunk on
Average.
it.
Moonshine.
Average wine.
Average wine.
Average
Exactly.
wine. Yeah. Yeah, I shoved that in the backpack. I'm not like leading the way though by any means. I'm just following whoever's
I'm
heading out
assuming
the
like
delivery
we're
door.
kind of at the back, kind of trailing a little bit.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Ash is out front if nobody else is.
It
We're just
kind of
covered behind us.
goes to the left. So if like if you see the entrance is in front of you, the back door is to the left.
Mm-hmm.
So you open the door.
Yeah.
Okay. You open the door. You come out into some sort of alleyway, kind of. You kind of smell the smell of smoke. You see other buildings. They have probably started burning them already. You hear more people scream. You see some people running past you, some with kind of a blood trail running after them. You see some men and women. They're kind of looking through they've opened the houses, they've kicked in the door, and you see they're kind of coming out carrying probably the valuables from that house. Let's see. So you kind of walk out on the street. To the right, you can see the Center Plaza. You still see the pyre. It's not burning anymore. And in front of the pyre, you see another black-haired woman. This woman, she's burly. She's got big muscles. She's got this very adorned Nordic type armor on. She kind of sits down in front of this pyre. And you see as she just kind of slams her axe onto the ground. You see the people around her kind of listening in. She's talking, she's saying something, she's mad. Roll stealth checks.
Hell yeah, I'm not drawing that woman's attention.
Woo! No, that's
that.
fuck. No, damn it.
We might just.
I thought I was you, Ash. God damn it.
Rook is disappeared.
Pure fear. Fear of that woman.
Let's sneak.
Carcer's like, I'm being quiet.
We should be quiet, guys.
Yeah.
What are you tiptoeing for?
Don't forget to be sneaky. Oh my god.
Okay, so you all kind of quietly want to make your way to the left. So Ash and Ezra, you walk as slow as you can. You don't make a sound. Sven, you kind of walk forward, but you know that your bow is kind of making sounds against your boots, and you're not being quiet enough. Bjorn, you try to keep your head down, even though you're really big, but you try to kind of fit in. Rook, you're invisible. They can't see you. You just disappeared from the entire earth. Not even your party mates know where you are, because you actually took the other way and climbed up on the roof.
Hell yeah, I was well scared
Of
of
the
that
building.
woman. That Nordic woman that went crazy. I was like, as soon as she hit the ground, I was climbing.
Yeah, exactly. Carcer, You're last. And you're kind of looking back and forth. And as you kind of take a step forward, you look back and you look the child in the eye, and the child, it looks back at you, and it just starts screaming. It's terrified of you. You look at the other people at the other side because you have the door open. About 10 of the Nords that's standing over there, they kind of just turn their heads towards you. You see the woman with the black hair and the big armor. You see she's cutting down the woman by the tire, and you see she's kind of holding her. She also looks up. She says something, and you see about 5 of men and women. They start walking towards you with their great axes, with their swords, their shields at the ready.
As they walk up, or as I see them approaching us with their axes, I'm gonna reach into my pack and grab my, I guess the crest from the whatever. I'm not sure what town I'm from in the north, but I have grabbed my crest and hold it up. And in Norse, I say, "We are not your enemy. We are simply passing through."
One of them, a woman.
Now you've done it.
They have to take about, like, they're still kind of far away from you. She kind of walks up. She lets the other people stay back. She's got fierce red hair covered back in these intricate braids, and she's got a huge scar across her face. You see one of her eyes are actually blind. You think she's had quite a battle in her time.
When I notice that, I actually take my helmet off and clip it onto my belt and take my hood back and take my cloth off, and my face is totally scarred up as well. So I just approach her and try and shake her hand, I guess.
She's got a great sword in both her hands. She kind of walks up to you. Are these ones yours?
More or less.
Are they or are they not?
They're with me. They can handle themselves. I wouldn't be with them if they couldn't. This is all in Norse as well.
I haven't seen you here before. Are you one of Halla's?
Curiously, do I know who Halla is? Or is there a check or anything?
You can roll a history check.
Sure. 7.
7.
I don't know.
You don't know who this Halla might be. You have no idea.
The real question is, what about? Oh well, I guess it's in Norse. I can't understand.
Who's Halla?
Who's Halla?
I'm unfamiliar with Halla. I know Odin.
She starts laughing at you.
Are you laughing? What? Are
Funny.
you laughing at Odin?
Funny.
Are you laughing
Alright.
at Odin?
You don't know who Halla is.
No.
You're not one of us. She kind of grips her great sword.
If I see she's starting to get aggressive again, I want to cast Charm Person on her.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
My DC, I don't know what my DC is actually. It's a 0. I haven't done that properly. DC Bard. DC.
It's 8 plus your charisma plus your proficiency. So 10 plus your charisma at level 4.
12. DC 12.
DC of 12. What save is it? Wisdom?
It is. It should say there.
With save, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Alright, cool. A DC of 12? Oh, 12?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. She has her great sword in her hand. And she looks at you and looks back at Bjorn. All right, you're a funny one. Okay, I'll tell Hala you took them. Go right ahead. I don't give a shit. Just report back when you're done.
We will. I kind of look back at Carcer and kind of give him a nod.
We ain't done nothing.
We'll be leaving. Do you have any rations for us?
Jesus.
Roll a persuasion check. She looks at you like, no,
Okay,
get your own provisions.
that's fine.
Through gritted teeth, I kind of look at him and say, we should probably go now.
So I sort of like put my mask on, re-hood up, put my helmet back on, and turn and walk off. And I look back. Thank you. I swear under my breath in Norse.
Now go, for she sees you standing around. Newbies. And she kind of walks back to the group.
These
So
are
we're
not the
making
men.
we make our way towards the cart, right? Like, or where the cart is
Yes.
supposed to be. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So you start making your way towards the stables. You see more Nordic people. Some are looting, some are still killing people inside of the houses. You hear the screams. You try to shut it out because you need to get out of here, and you know that. Sandon kind of hides behind, in between all of you, and he looks very nervous. All right, I think it should be like over here. I think let me get him. You see, as you walk towards the stables, it's kind of a bit outside. He goes in. You see him looking around. Roll perception checks.
Am I still on the roof?
Depends. Do you still want to be on the roof?
Yeah, I want to look around from the roof
Sure.
just to see if there's any
You get advantage then.
crazy shit going on.
I'm not even gonna bother to roll a check. Like, I'm not looking.
Head and bullets. Guaranteed.
Okay, so 16 and a 20.
Still have a D6 as well, right? Can you use that on a perception?
I can. I don't want to.
Sure. All right.
I got
So
it for 10
Bjarne and
minutes.
Rook, you kind of look. Rook, from where you are, you kind of sit down and you kind of try to look around to see if there's anyone near. You don't see anyone. At least not that's actually a threat to you. You see other people walking past, but they don't seem to actually care about you. The one Norse that walked past Bjarne, they don't seem to care. They think at least that you're maybe one of them or someone else that's taking advantage. They don't seem to want trouble with you. Sandon, you see him going into the stables. You see him gathering all his things. You see him getting the horses ready. And he kind of takes out Pickles and Speckles and he walks them out. All right, are we ready? I really should get out of here now.
I'm going to climb down, jump in on the cart, rolling myself up inside.
Yeah,
the
I'll jump
cart.
in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, get him.
Go.
So he's still like on the ground. He's kind of wanting to pull the horses just out of it because it's kind of hard to get up. He looks at you and he's like, I think the nearest city will be Vrybury. If we follow the stream, I think we could probably make it soon before we could warn. And he stops. He kind of looks up at you. And you see from his neck, there is an arrow sticking right through. And you see how he kind of starts choking. He kind of reaches out for you like, and he kind of falls down on the ground.
I look up the second I see him take an arrow to the neck, and is there an archer nearby? Is this something that we can like sort of perceive? Is this some sort of like crazy Legolas like long shot, or?
You see kind of far away, you see several people with crossbows and arrows ready to pull. and you see especially one young boy who's sitting there with his arrow just loosened. And he looks up.
I'm pushing Sandon's body and whipping the horses.
Is everyone on the cart?
If we're
Yeah.
all in the car,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try and fucking go.
Everyone except Sandon.
I'm pushing him off. Yeah, he's dead.
Is the archers ahead or behind?
They're behind you.
Yeah,
Behind, yeah.
I'm pushing him, and I'm gonna try and
Go!
yeah.
So like holding on to the back of the back of the cart and like kind of taking a knee and aiming my shield to the sky and trying to block any arrows that might be coming our way.
Anybody close enough to Ash can probably hear her going, well, that's one, maybe another, maybe not, depends on like that kind of stuff, like to herself while she's just kind of like still head in the book, like not looking up at all.
Okay, Rook, roll animal handling check because you've never driven a cart before. Bjorn, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh dear.
It's the bardic inspiration's not gonna help, but I'm using it.
Oh.
What is it? A D6 still? D6?
Yeah, it's a d6.
Oh my god! Come on, this is not
You're
gonna.
so screwed.
5.
Uh,
I flick some of the gnomish spittle onto the back of the horse as I whip it incorrectly, and just take Sandon's seat in the front.
All right, so, Rook, as you try to kind of take the reins, there are 2 horses. They're huge. You've never held a horse before in your life. You don't know how to do that. You kind of like start slapping it, and the horses just kind of look around, and then you see they're really panicky. One of them rears back.
Oh Christ!
It almost throws you off the cart. They're not moving. Not for now.
I want to spin around and immediately just shout, "Does anybody know how to make the horses go?"
Does anyone know how to drive this thing?
Yes, I'll jump up, I guess, and just try to squint him away. And try to take
Sure.
Good.
Bjarne, as you put your shield up, you see as all of the archers they prepare to shoot. You see the one woman that you charmed. She's looking angry. She knows. All right. And then they just release one arrow. You see it's going right at you, but you just take it with your shield and you see as it kind of cracks as the arrow splinters and falls down. You're preparing yourself for another blow. You don't know how much longer you're gonna have be able to block those arrows. Right? So Sven, you're trying to take on the horses?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm wondering if there's a sound that could help me, but I don't think there is. But no, yeah. They just use animal handling then?
Yeah, animal handling.
Let's go!
I roll my eyes.
I see these
I
idiots.
roll my eyes and I shoot a gout of flame from my hand into the air above the horses, hopefully spooking them enough into running.
Okay.
As I see all these people panicking, I cast Speak with Animals. I've got like
Just
2
me-
spells, and
me
I've
and
just had to use them on
Kenku
bullshit.
in the front, just whipping them. Then there's flame,
Come
and then
Go.
Okay, so everything is happening at the same time. Sven, you kind of push Rook back so he kind of almost falls off, and you take the reins and you're like, go, damn it, go! But the horses, they don't know what to do. They're too scared to do anything. Ash and Azra, you pull this, you just shoot these flames behind them. They kind of spook back, and one of them almost rears again. Carcer, you do speak with animals.
Can't believe I've used. Oh my god. So yeah, like everyone can hear me making good. But I'm basically saying to this horse, "You should go now. We're all gonna die. Don't worry, the reins will guide you."
The horses, are you speaking to Pickles or Peckles? No speckles.
Definitely pickles.
Definitely
100%
pickles. Pickles, the dark mare. She looks back at you like, what? And she starts running. They both, Speckles, start running as well. Really confused that you were able to speak with them. Scared. They don't know what's going on. They just run for it. All right. Is it time for a break now? I think.
Yes.
It's been an hour?
Yeah,
I think
that's a
so.
good point.
All
I
right.
need to pee.
I will take a little break as you run out into the darkness.
We run out into the darkness. There is at least one useful pickles in my life now in the horse, and now we're gonna go for a short break, and then we'll come back and continue to attempt to escape from all of these archers. I have absolutely no doubt that I will die. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.
See you soon.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fimbulwinter. And yeah, let's continue, Charlie.
All right, let me see. So, as you're on this cart in the panic as you try to make these horses run, you just blindly kind of go out straight into the forest. After a while of these horses just running, the only thing you hear are their heavy breaths as they kind of clomper forward throughout the woods. After a while, it kind of quiets down. The darkness kind of surrounds you, and the only sounds you hear are now only the sounds of nature. It's dark. It's getting kind of cold. And you find yourself in a forest you probably never been in before. All on your own.
Please excuse me for being an idiot, but what the fuck was that about?
I think that was the town under attack. How do we stop the horses? I say to Casa.
I just in Nordic.
Can
Stop, horses! Odin demands you to stop.
They don't seem to understand.
In
what
only
you're
last 10 minutes, I probably can't speak to him anymore. Has it been longer than 10 minutes?
No, not really. It's been probably like 7 minutes. It hasn't been that long.
Well, what you do is you swear really loudly at them.
Fuck!
The
Shout
second
at
he
the
swears, I just say to Pickles, stop.
Pickles kind of looks back and she stops. And they kind of as they kind of breathe, trying to catch their breaths again.
They speak in swearing. Interesting.
Charlie, might I be able to make some kind of intelligence check or something to posit what was going on back there? So I feel like I have an inkling, but I want to know if I have an in-character inkling or if I'm kind of...
You could make, what are you trying to figure out?
I mean, why were they there? And I think it may have something to do with the execution, but I just want to, like, I don't know if there's any specific skill that, like, sort of would allow me to do that in terms of, as a player, I could say, well, I think it's this, but...
Roll an intelligence check.
Okay.
24. So, you think back about what happened, and you remember seeing that woman hug the other one who was burned at the stakes. You feel like there was some kind of emotional bond there. It could have something to do with that. You don't know.
I sort of remembered that, and I look over at Bjarn. Is it Bjarn? Yeah, Bjarn, and say, what was that thing that she said while she was burning? You remember it?
I sort of scratch the side of my helmet again, as if I'm actually scratching my own chin.
Should I say it?
Hold on. Don't say it yet. And she digs through her bag, pulls out a book, and incants a phrase, and you can see like sort of this like light behind her eyes, like, ooh, okay, all right, say it now. I cast comprehend languages, by the way. For the duration, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear. You also understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are written. The spell doesn't decode secret messages. Yeah, so like if it's a language and it's not like encoded, I will understand what this means when he says it.
I cover my ears for the curse word.
Jormungand skal de komen.
All right. Okay. So, will the text come up in your book, or do you just understand it?
Yeah, I just understand the words.
Okay. As you hear this phrase, you kind of tug at these words. You don't understand them, but then as you take your magic, it kind of decodes it for you. It feels like you're scraping off dirt from the book as you kind of see the text come before you. But as the text reveals itself, it still doesn't make a lot of sense.
Hmm.
It just says, Jarmungand shall come.
If I were to guess, I would say that they are either ahead of or part of this Jormungand thing. Is that like knowledge that I would have? Can I do a history on Jormungand
Sure,
or something like that?
sure.
Oh, not good.
You think about it. You don't think you've ever heard it anywhere.
Hmm. I mean, it's far to the north. Whatever they're talking about, it's going to be some Nilfheim thing. I think. I'm, in Hilaria.
What does the phrase mean?
It means the Jormungand are coming or will come.
Jormungand. Can I do a history check or a religion check on?
Sure.
Can I nudge Sven and just say, what the heck are they talking about?
Okay, religion of 15. You think back about your time and your life in Midgard. You think back about all the stories they told you. But as you think of Jormungand, you don't remember. You remember something about maybe a dragon, maybe. You don't know. You don't think it was, but could be something like that.
Okay. The fact that I don't really know, I'm not sure what it means.
Maybe it's the name of that warband or that group of people. It's possible.
It's possible. Well,
They definitely knew each other. That band and the witch that was burned, I mean.
it's very possible.
No, they definitely did.
How are you so certain?
I mean, I watched the one you didn't see, the one the one in charge, the one who we spoke to briefly. Hold the body.
That wasn't the one. The
okay,
red-haired woman who came forward.
Oh,
that
okay.
was not the one. The black-haired woman with the big burly things.
Okay,
That was the one
yeah.
who came forward.
The one in
The one they listened to.
the one in the armor and the black hair. She held the witch like they were close.
I would, in this case, by the way, jump out and see where the heck we are. What's
Okay.
around?
Roll a survival check.
Yes.
Okay. So as you're all sitting around hearing the slow breaths of the horses, you hear animals kind of in the distance. You look up, you see stars, but otherwise than that, it's dark. But Sven, your eyes being so attuned to nature, you look down, you see you're kind of on a road, maybe, an old one. Probably hasn't been used in a long time. You don't see any landmarks of any sort, but you remember hearing something that the cart driver that got shot, he said something about a stream, that it would lead somewhere. You don't remember where. And as you kind of remember this, you try to listen. You try to smell for water. And you think you hear a trickle of maybe a stream to your right. A little bit far, but not that far. And that's what you get.
I'll head back because I assume I jumped down, walked a bit, and I'll head back. And I'll ask, didn't the dead, what was his name?
Sandon.
Sandon say something about a river?
I think so, yes.
I think I hear something far northeast. That way.
What time of day is it, curiously? Like, is it dark out? Is it middle of the day?
It's no. It's still dark.
It's still dark?
You'd estimate that because you had a long rest, it might be like 5 in the morning, so the sun may come up soon, but you don't know. You don't know yet. It's still dark.
I hear it that way.
This may help. And I just raise up my hand in Nordic. I say light, and I touch my hammer, and it just brightens up and kind of gives us some light as we're heading towards the river or the water source that we hear.
Okay. So you take your horses with you, I assume, in the cart?
Mm-hmm.
If the road goes, that is the same way the road goes.
Yeah.
That I hear it.
The forest.
You kind of go a bit further and you see kind of the road split in two. From what you know, you think that the stream is to your right. So I assume you take that way.
Mm-hmm.
You take the cart, and as you kind of go past the curve, you see kind of in the darkness and with the help of Björn's light, you see the start of a river that flows kind of gently through the forest. There is kind of a bit of a road next to it, and you think that maybe this path has been traveled more times before. It might lead somewhere. Alright. Okay.
Is Sven leading the way too, curiously? Or are we still on the... Are we able to travel this way, like on the
Yeah, I want the cartage are we walking.
Yeah.
You can take the cart. It's kind of small, kind of rickety, so the cart kind of tumbles a bit, like sometimes. But it works. It's a sturdy carriage.
I'm on the cart. I'm not trying to ever drive the cart ever again. Ever. No matter the threat.
How are you sitting in the cart?
I'm looking backwards.
Okay.
I got a little crossbow, pulled it out of my bag. I've got it on my lap, and I'm just going to look backwards and be very concerned about the company that I keep in the middle of a forest. But also there was a bunch of crazy barbarians as well.
Who's driving the cart?
I think I'm sitting in front since I did when we left.
Okay.
There's this car that told him to go, I guess, and I'm still holding the fucking... So I'm in the front.
So anyone else kind of looking out, or are you just sitting contemplating?
I've probably been sitting up the front as well. Is it like 2 seats at the front?
Yeah, 2 seats at the front.
And I'd be at the back as well with
Rook.
with
Absolutely.
my shield kind of like laid against my shoulder, and with my crossbow kind of like laid on top of the shield. I'm just kind of looking around.
Okay, so Rook and Björn, as you look back, you kind of see the flicker of lights kind of going further and further away from you. You see kind of smoke rising behind the forest over there. You see as the light kind of hits the smoke that's probably the rest of mid-tide. And it's a slow way towards somewhere you don't know. Yeah.
Do we make it to the river? Like, I guess.
Yeah, you are by the river. You're going kind of by the river. It's a very slow ride. The horses are tired. They still haven't really woken up, and they're still scared. So it's probably best to keep them calmer, not to rush them too much. Right.
Are we like walking alongside of this river? Like,
You're on the cart going by the river.
okay, along the river. Okay. Are we going with the river or against the river?
You're going with the river.
Okay.
So let me see. All right. So maybe after 2 hours, you see as by the horizon, you see the sun start going up. It's nice to feel the sun hit your face because those 2 hours were cold. As the sun kind of starts rising up, you also see small trickles of snow slowly falling down. It's pretty, but you've all probably have more to think about than to think about the beautiful landscape in front of you. You go past kind of mountains to the side. You start seeing small huts, small houses kind of popping out here and there more often. They seem kind of abandoned, or maybe they're still sleeping, but you have an inkling that you're coming closer to civilization. Soon you come up on a road. The road starts getting more flat. The road starts getting more and more traveled. You see newly marks of other carts, horses, people going through here. You see a sign that says Rybury on it. You all remember Sandon saying something about Rybury. He said that that was actually the closest city from Midtide. As you make your way towards the city, as you go up a hill, at the top of the hill, you look down at this city. It's a city covered in walls. It's got several watchtowers, and at the edge, there is a bridge and a big gate. You see there are already small camps around the entrance, and you see there are lights as small figures, probably guards, walk at the gate and around it. You can't see much from here, but it's a semi-large town. It's probably been there for quite a while. It has speckles of maybe some kind of Viking age that it was before. But this is what you see as you slowly make your way towards Freiburg.
Now, you said sometime in this description that it was snowing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was earlier, I think, but that serves to irritate Esh, because snow landing on pages of books is no water bad. So she's got like her cloak like up to protect whatever she's reading, and using the hand that she'd usually be holding the book with, she's like mage handing the book so she can cover it and have it just like hover there and keep reading it.
As we approach, so this city, is it do we know if it's Illyrian or have we traveled, because Mid-Tide's pretty close to Midgard, right?
Midtide is very close to Midgard, you know that.
Is it Rybury? Is that a Illyrian place, or do we not know? We just randomly found?
I'd say that the Illyrians would know that it's a very northern city in Illyria. It's still under Illyrian rule. It was very, like, maybe about 5 years ago, it was still like a Midgard city, but has been taken over by the Illyrians very recently.
All right, that's good enough for me. I'm gonna put my crossbow away in the bag again, awkwardly, because I don't know how to use a crossbow very well, probably. And then point at the city and say, "We should go here and tell them what has happened to Midtide."
Yes. To Strawberry.
You think they're okay?
I think he said it was called Rybury.
No. Strawberry.
Library.
Library, what?
Strawberry.
I do agree. We should go down. Yes.
You going in with your cart, or do you leave your cart by the side?
Do the horses seem extremely exhausted?
No, they're they're getting more chippery as they're actually coming into civilization.
Do they seem extremely exhausted? No, then I whip them until they are.
Then I kill them.
No, they
Yeah.
seem fine. They seem fine. They've calmed down. They're all right.
Well, if I am the driver, then I would not stop, even if I could, I guess. So, yeah.
Okay. So you kind of pull up to the gates. You see this huge stone, what we call it, like wall surrounding the entire gate. You see chains up. You see it's kind of these rind up gates, so they have to like pull it up from the inside. There are 2 guards stationed right outside. They've probably already, they have already changed from the night watch now to the morning watch. So they're probably newly here. You see they're still kind of chit-chatting, half awake guards, they're kind of tired. Not many people here at this hour. Kind of look up as the cart comes in. Who are you? What's your business?
Okay, God, Jesus. What was the town we were in?
Ryberry.
No, before, sorry.
Oh, Midtide.
Midtide. Was it? We are arriving from Midtide. There was recently an attack upon the city. And we need shelter for the day, I guess we could say.
And Dale.
What did you say about Midtide? Attack?
Midtide has been destroyed. There's nothing left. Everyone's dead.
What?
Not everyone.
There was a girl and her mother hiding in the tavern. She might still be alive.
Presumably 2 people still left.
There are 2 people still alive. Everyone else is dead.
The guard, you see, he looks kind of young, a young man, probably in his early 20s. He looks at his friend, and they kind of look at each other and they're like, do you have any identification?
Yes, I do. And digs into my bag and pulls out the papers that would be like the thing that grants me permission to cast magic.
Yeah.
Order of the church, and it has my name on it and, official stamps or whatever of Illyria.
I show him my boot, which has got money misspelled on it.
So are you the leader of this cart?
Huh?
Are you the leader of this cart?
Certainly I'm the smartest one in this cart.
What's in the cart?
In the cart, us and carpets, presumably. If Sandin didn't remove them, and I don't think he had a chance as he took an arrow to the back of his neck.
Do you have permission to sell them?
We don't want to sell them. We used the cart to escape what was otherwise a massacre.
You can have the
The
cart.
cart is inconsequential. You can have the cart.
And the carpets. Just please let us in.
He kind of looks over all of you. Why should I let you in? I have no reason to trust you.
Because if you don't, we may die of exposure, and we have messages to bring about a warband or something of that sort ranging its way up here to probably also attack you.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, good.
All right. He looks kind of taken aback of how straightforward you are. He probably thinks high elves are just stuck up.
Ash does nothing to ease that particular.
No. But he's kind of taken aback about your attitude and your seriousness and all this. Right. Alec, open the door. And he kind of shouts back, and you see how the gate slowly cranks up from the inside. No funny business, all right? Follow me.
Very well.
He kind of starts walking with the cart inside.
I take my metal helmet off and clip it to my side. Is your ale strong here?
Let me tell you, it's stronger than anything else you've tasted in Illyria.
I turn to Rook. Just you wait.
Even though those Norse bastards, they are crazy, but they make good ale. All right.
Stronger than anything in Illyria? What about acid? That's probably stronger, depending on what we're quantifying as strong.
Even stronger than acid, I think.
He looks at you. Elves. And you are led into the city. As you look,
and Ash sort of continues to talk to herself like, strong is such a... It's not a concise adjective.
Goes into her own K-hole. It spirals down.
Like, strong could mean anything.
and you are led into the city. You see there are kind of sparse soldiers walking around. They don't seem to be very well supplied. You see houses. They are kind of in a northern style with brickwork and beautiful kind of Celtic carvings on some of the walls. Some of them have it covered up. You see some new houses have been built. And you see some commoners kind of walking around doing their daily routine. He leads your cart into one of the barrack stables and he lets you jump off. He asks some of the stable boys to give them some hay and some water. Okay. You said something about mid-tide, right?
We did.
Yes, we did.
And something has attacked it.
Raiders from Nilfheim.
He kind of scratches his head. Okay, follow me. He leads you to a stone building. It's kind of in the entire wall itself. You see it's kind of part of the militia part of the entrance. He opens the door. You see several soldiers standing there. They're all wearing kind of the same reddish orange tunic on themselves, as you know, as Ilaria and Roland's colors. They kind of stand, they're kind of chit-chatting. All of them seem very relaxed. They all kind of look up at you. And they start whispering among themselves, like, what are those doing here? Foreigners. You are led into a corridor, up some stairs, and into a part of the militia place that is more decorative than the rest of the barracks. He leads you to a door, a big oak door, and he knocks. Yes? There's someone out here. They have some information about mid-tide. Let him in. He opens the door. And inside, you see a man. He's got beautiful armor on, kind of hastily put on. He's got dirty blonde hair, kind of shriveled to the side. He's got a rough beard around his face and kind of tired brown eyes. He looks tired and he kind of leans against his hand and he's looking down in some papers and he looks up. Yes, what is it? Go on, speak.
Mid-tide has been overrun by raiders from Nilfheim.
He's sitting on his desk and he kind of takes away some papers and he shovels them and puts them to the side. He leans forward. Something happened in mid-tide.
As I said, overrun by raiders.
A raven-haired woman. Important words were spoken. Something like Jormungand. What is it? Jormungand will come. Or is coming.
He takes out another note, a document. It's like, so, do you know what did they look like?
Oh, the raiders?
Yes.
The leader was a woman in armor with black hair, large. All of them were sort of a mishmash of various different cultures. They were kind of working together, though.
You're saying they were Nords.
Majority of them were of blonde hair and northern complexion.
He kind of looks around, scratches his back of the neck, kind of nervously. I don't want to believe you, but there's something about all of you that makes me think that you're not playing games. I am Knight Captain Lawrence, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Knight Captain Lawrence.
Does Ash really take her book out and just quickly jot her name down, or
Yes.
sort of look at Ash? She's writing her name. I'm Bjarn.
Nice to meet you. He looks up. He looks at all of you. So, who are you? Everyone.
I am, well, I don't know if you will have heard of me, but I'm Eshenezra Kilianthial from the Church of Ethereal Grace, or the Ethereal Grace, the Church of the Three Paragons, down in Illyria.
Yes.
Licensed user of magics.
I see, so I'll inform the Watchers Vanguard that you have arrived. I'll make sure they look through your papers. What about you, young one? And he looks at Rook.
My name is Rook, and I'm from Eastmond.
Oh, okay.
She is the leader.
looks-
Point at Ash.
Bjorn?
You pointed at. Yeah, she's in charge. That one, the one who's never looking you in the eye.
He looks
has all the
over.
official papers, you know.
He looks over at Sven, and he looks over at Carcer. Who are you?
Sven. No more you need know.
All right.
I flash him like a giant smile, and I pull out my axe. Does he react to me pulling out an axe at all?
He kind of stares at you, and as you pull out his axe, you see he's got a sword by his desk leaning. You've never seen a sword that beautiful. You can only see the top of it. He kind of picks it, and he kind of looks at you like, maybe you shouldn't do that.
I bring the axe down, I put it between my legs, and I play like a double bass, and I cast prestidigitation to light up the bass as I play it, each note. And as I strum each note, it looks like the waves of the note are going out in the colors, in different colors.
He kind of looks at you. He kind of drops his sword, and he's just like, "So you're kind of some kind of circus, I suppose, maybe."
I think it would be more fair to call us a group of refugees, basically. Well, not escapees. That's more of a, if we had escaped from somewhere we were supposed to be, but more travelers seeking help here and traveling together for mere convenience, because if we didn't travel together, then traveling separately would probably end our lives a lot faster. In fact,
Okay, I
if
get
I'd
it.
gone by myself, the chances that I would have been alive are probably something like 1 in
Silence.
287.
We call this the K-hole.
All right.
I don't know. I kind of like circus.
I will send ravens to Roland and tell them about this right now. We must inform Fort Home. It's by the Source Summit. If there is actually an attack going on, I'm going to need every single woman and man I have in this city.
Yes, good luck with that.
They're rather big.
They are very big and quite scary.
I mean, the stone wall will help, certainly.
Do you have a wall? Yes.
They weren't that big. Lots of them, though.
I have been undersupplied for I don't know how long. Anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but since you're already out here, you seem to be able to carry yourselves. Could you get this message to Fort Home as fast as you can? I will supply you with everything you need for the journey. It might just be 2 hours on horseback. The Solars would be in great debt to you if you do this.
I'm literally going to look so indecisively around at everyone else.
I have 100% stopped listening.
Gone.
Ever
You're still muttering.
ever since I was like told to be quiet, I am like, it looks like I'm researching something, like looking for something specific, like pulling out one book, looking at it and being like, no, like pulling out another one and whatever is going on. But I'm definitely not paying attention to what is happening now.
Are the Solars the same as the Vanguard?
No. So, from what you know, the Solars are the militia of Ilaria. The Watchers Vanguard are also a part of the militia, but they're more connected to the church. They are primarily out for the magic users. So they're not
Solars are
actually a part.
Just
Exactly.
the standard army.
Exactly. I will give you a letter of recommendation. And he kind of looks down and he looks down through his notes and he gets a document and he kind of scribbles something down and puts a stamp on it. Here, take this. If you show this to Lieutenant Harmon, she will let you in. And they will secure your supplies and you will be rewarded.
I'll take it and then hand it to Esh. And
Probably
say,
as I was gonna go and grab it.
Wait, what did you hand to me?
the letter of recommendation.
Oh, so
I'll
you
hand
stick
it
out,
to you.
Yeah, you like stick it out in front of my face and I like reach out and take it, open it up and all right. Yeah.
Okay, she says all right. I've got nothing better to do, so
Wait, what are we doing?
you just I don't know.
Oh my God. Are you sure you can get this message?
No, of course. Yes, message. Yes, of course.
Payment.
He
Lord.
cut one in half by himself. I think we will be fine on the road.
I never done nothing.
You are free to go through the military supplies if you wish, but it's of big importance that you go with most haste. They will supply you with another cart or a horse each, if you will.
I'm not very good at horses.
I am.
Yes, only he can do the curse words to the horses to make them move.
Right?
I have a little chuckle to myself.
Yeah, sorry. What did you say about the payment?
Of course, there will always be payment. If you get the message there quickly that they must prepare for an attack, Harmon will give you some kind of reward, I promise you.
Perhaps we can keep the cart.
And the horses.
We have a cart.
Well, we told the guy outside he could have it, and now we need it again.
Shit.
A new cart would be nice.
Or a new cart.
2 carts.
Do you have a war cart?
I mean, we have carts made for delivering soldiers to different places. They're more armored, so yes, I'd suppose.
We will take this.
All right, I'll see to
Really?
it.
Do we?
Yes.
Yes.
What? Oh, yes, of course. Yeah.
All right. He
Mm,
kind of looks
yeah.
back at the soldier that escorted you in. Lance, will you give them the cart? He's like, yes, of course, I will. And he kind of ushers you to get out. I expect to hear from you soon. Good luck.
And to your defense, good luck. And like while we're walking out, I get beside Bjarn, and I say, Bjarn, when you were talking about strong ale, did you mean strong in smell or strong like in taste or potency? Is a particular kind of strong?
Yes.
Like this is the face, like just. But that doesn't answer anything.
I'm like nodding my head like it made sense.
I look up at her and I say, well, you know when you drink it,
Yes.
and it's strong, just like that.
I'm gonna grab.
I look around for agreement with everyone else.
I nod. I grab the bottle of the fine wine that I robbed from the previous cellar and crack it open and start drinking it from the bottle.
And she's like 100% like so confused. Like it's one of those things where it's just she can't respond because she's busy being just like confused, and eventually just lets it go, but it takes like a minute of her stammering to try and come up with an appropriate response to something so inane.
All right, so the soldier named Lance, he kind of follows you out. He leads you to another room, and they ask, are you in need of something to bring? Do you need weapons? Food?
Food. Yes. Lots of food.
Access to any available magic scrolls or books or tomes or records, any other variation on written paper would be good.
We don't deal with magic here.
Oh,
That's forbidden, don't you know? Of course he wouldn't know. She's in high elf, the other one says. The one that followed you out, he gathers up some rations. You get one ration each and some, like a loaf of bread that you get to bring with you. The journey is expected to be about maybe a couple of hours. So I expected that you're going to be out on the road for too long. Are you ready?
Did we get a
Yes.
cart? Did they give us a cart?
And horses and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
As they follow you out, you see your horses staying in the stables. They've been unsaddled. They seem to be having a good time taking a rest. They give you a new cart. This cart has 4 horses pulling it. And you see, as the cart kind of is pulled in, you see how it has like some kind of barricade armor on it. So you'd be able to kind of hide behind it. And it's kind of like a roof over it. And with small holes in it, so you'd be able to shoot through. And in the front, by the driver's seat, there's kind of this armor around it as well. So you'll be able to drive the cart without getting hit by anything. So they drive the cart out. They kind of look at you. And the one soldier that's been with you says, okay, so follow this road that goes to the east, right? And as you follow that road, when you come to the crossroads, take the right. Right?
East and right.
Then south.
Right.
Yeah, east and right. Ash will remember this. Ash is very clever.
Ash is not listening.
I know. I mean, I know.
we all agree that Ash is very clever.
We just
Yes.
all, I guess, assume that Esh has got it, and
Yeah. The unannounced leader. Yeah.
She has never acknowledged that she even heard the instructions.
No, but we also know that you're the leader and that you're super intelligent.
All
assume that you had heard it.
Yeah, we assume that you know the way.
right, great.
Okay. So you all get on the cart. You get settled. You have your weapons at the ready. And who's driving the cart? Is it Swen again?
I'll take the.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'll get inside. I don't.
Okay.
I know that I don't know how to do it, so I'll just hop in.
Yeah, you can. Let me see. Roll a survival.
Me?
Yes.
I'm pretty good at that. Not a Oh fuck.
Oh dear. Not bad though. Could be worse.
Could be better.
Okay, so as you're trying to kind of get a hold of all these horses, get them together, make them work together, they're kind of straining. They go kind of different ways. You don't really know how to steer. After a while, you kind of get it. These beautiful horses, they're all in this beautiful, deep chestnut brown. They start working. You start understanding how this works. You start following the road. The snow is falling more heavily now. And you start feeling the cold winter wind kind of go through all your clothes, down to your spine. It's been summer, but summer is about to end. You see as the trees start getting more and more in different colors of yellow, of red, and dark brown. You start leading this cart through forests. You start following the road and you see more plains, and it's starting to get more and more of a dusk type fog kind of covering it. You go for a while. You sit, the horses steady clopping forward as they run. As you look, you start seeing something in the distance, something that kind of looks like a building. You're not sure. The ground around you is now covered in snow, and so are you. You feel cold. You start kind of shivering, all of you. You see when you breathe as your condensed breath kind of comes out as you breathe, and as it does also with the horses. The closer you get, the more of the silhouette of the fort starts coming clear. You see kind of this fort, you see a huge building in the front, kind of like a tower. It's also made out of stone, kind of this Viking type style. It's kind of this outpost by the border. There's almost nothing near it. And you imagine if you sit on top of that tower, you'd probably be able to see out over Midgard even. It has several towers. It's not too big, but it's enough to keep about maybe 100 soldiers. But as you kind of come closer, you don't see any lights. You don't see any torches. Roll perception checks.
I refuse to perceive.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
I should have.
Okay, 15.
Me and Casa are not even looking. We're talking about what we're going to name the cart.
I vote for Cardi McCardface.
Cardi McCard face. Please call it that. Or Harambe. I'm pretty sure that was high on the list. Okay.
Millennium
So,
Falcon.
The Millennium.
and Sven, you get this feeling that there's something wrong. You don't hear anything. You'd expect to hear some kind of work going on or someone speaking or something being done. But there's only the sound of your own breaths and the horse's slow clopping. As you come closer, you see the fort gates. They're open. You see cracks in them. You see kind of as ice spirals up on the broken doors. And that's where you stay with your horses. You can't go through with your cart there. You'd have to hop off to actually go inside.
Once again, is someone in front with me? I didn't quite get that.
I was
Bjorn.
sitting up front as well, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's you and me. Well, then I'll turn to Bjorn. Well, you hear that?
I look around. We're right, Charlie, we're right at the gate, right? You said?
Yes, you're right at the gates.
Any guards or anything?
You don't see anyone.
Okay, I hop down and look up at Sven. 1 second, I'll knock, and I track up to the gate, and I use my gauntlets and.
The gate is open, like it's been split in the middle, and you see kind of these ice spikes on the corners of the last remaining parts of the door.
So I
You
grab
know,
my
you can't.
shield, and I push it, try to open the doors even though it's like all frozen.
Okay. So you kind of push it open, and it goes open. You see small spinners of wood kind of falling down as you do, small bits of ice kind of falling as well. You kind of open it with a creak against the snow. As you look into the fort, you see in the courtyard like statues, maybe 50 of them, all of them in different positions. You look closer, and it's like if they were frozen in time. You look closer, you see men and women, they have their weapons drawn. Some are covering their faces, but a glistening sheet of ice covers their bodies. It sparkles in a beautiful blue in the night, like as the sun kind of hits them. There's no blood. There's no sign of what could have done this.
Bjorn, what do you see?
It's best if you come look for yourself.
I hop down off the back of the cart and walk over.
Me
As
too.
I'm hopping
Same.
down, I'm going, what the hell's a Millennium Falcon?
I think that's what we call this. Huh? I hear the word millennium. I don't know what it means. But a falcon is cool.
Falcon's one of them fish, isn't it?
Falcon is a bird. I am named after
Yeah,
a
the
bird.
fish in the air. Skyfish.
Like a rook.
There is like an imperceivable sighing noise from Ash at the fish in the sky. But I come over to where Bjarn is and look in, and I guess I see the same thing. Can I make like an Arcana check or something?
You can make an Arcana check if you want.
You're muted, Bjorn.
Okay, I'm gonna do a religion check on the statues. I want to see if they're either new gods, old gods, or not related to anything religious at all.
Okay. Eshin Ezra, as you look upon these statue-like things, you kind of look closer, especially at one. You see a young man kind of pulled back, and he's covering his face with his sword drawn.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is this me? Am I even still streaming? Did I just KO everything? Well, if we're still streaming, I apologize, and I'm gonna try and work out where they went. If we're not still streaming, we'll I don't know. Let's try and figure it out. Jesus is dead. Alright, Zoom died. Give me a minute and I'll try and get the last 20 minutes or so of the show back by finding the other players.
Restopped.
Alright, we're
Okay.
back. Everyone is in the wrong positions, but we are at least back. Actually, Charlie's in the right place.
Do you want us to turn off our cams and turn them back on in the right order?
I
you
don't
know
know.
the
I
right
don't know what order it
is?
was though. I think there's no way for us to work it out, so it's gonna be easier for me to just play.
Hey, I'm Ash now.
Hoodagaba. Yeah, Charlie, you just carry on. Everyone ignore me playing games with the overlay, and yeah, I think you were doing a religion check.
That was an Arcana check.
Arcana check?
Yeah. Okay, so we were looking at the statues, and you look at this man, this statue, and he's covering his face and he has his sword drawn. You look closer, and you see the intricate shades of pale pink, and his hair is dark brown. You see his one each eyelash. You see the blue of his eyes. You now realize that these aren't statues. These are people.
Whatever did this was on a very large scale. These are not statues. The things that are scattered around this courtyard are, in fact, human or human-like, at the very least.
Can you melt them?
I can set them on fire, but that will not improve their condition.
Just slightly.
They all dead.
Once you are frozen solid, you are most certainly dead. I do not think my fire will be able to save them.
Fair.
What if it was magic? Could they be alive?
It may have been magic.
Do I see any movement at all?
Roll a perception check.
Sure. Ugh. Gross rolls.
You don't see any movement. You're too caught up with looking at these people to actually see anything beyond that. You haven't seen anything like this in your entire life.
I'm gonna approach, and as I'm approaching, I'm like in Norse. I'm just sort of, Odin, what is this? And just go moving up and just seeing if these statues are dead, if they're all humans, or what. They're just inspecting.
As you're inspecting all of these people, you notice that they're all wearing kind of the same outfits that the one soldiers in Ryberry were wearing. All of them, except maybe one or two, are human. Some, you see a dwarf, you see a halfling, but that's about it. You think they're probably all from the same place.
Has everybody like? I look behind me. Like, has everybody
I've stepped through the doors and I'm like looking around the courtyard.
sort of you're wondering where everybody else is?
Yeah, no, I'm inside as well, looking around.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just straight up approach the statues.
Okay. As you approach the statues, you see pretty much the same thing that Ashnasha saw. You see different people of different skin colors, different origin, and they all look real, like real people frozen in ice. And they all look, as you think about it, they all seem to kind of be looking at front of the gate.
Is Ash with me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I turn to Ash. What magics can you do this?
Well, any kind of elemental magic on a large scale could freeze a group of people, or it could have been done by several separate casters. Some kind of flash storm or something like that.
Your studies or books ever said of a ritual or anything?
There are many different kinds of elemental magic.
But specifically pertaining to what we see here.
It's like a petrification spell with ice.
Anyway, I kind of like just look up. Is the rest of them? Is it just me and Ash? Or no, you said that Sven was there as well. What about?
Yeah, I'm there.
I think we're all there. I just have no input
Yeah.
whatsoever because I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me at all.
I am going to cast a spell. I'm going to pull out a book as you tell me, as you're asking, like if there's any studies that might help us, like so forth. Pull out a book and flip through it, and I cast Detect Thoughts from this book, and I focus. I'll click it so you know what it does. Okay. It's pretty cool.
Damn.
Okay.
Holy-
Thanks.
Okay.
Does a lot of stuff.
So for the duration of the spell, which is concentration, or a minute or whatever, you can focus your mind and basically like read the thoughts of a creature nearby to you.
Mhm.
And the longer you focus, the deeper in you can go, sort of thing. And I am going to try and read the thoughts of one of the statues, quote unquote, like the frozen people, to see if they're like still thinking, like still alive in any way.
Okay. As you kind of cast this spell, you feel as your view of everyone around you kind of expands. You kind of hear the small tickling of thoughts from your friends, but you don't care about those right now. You try to focus at the statues, but all you feel is just a dead silence. But as you kind of turn around and your vision kind of seeps through, at the corner of your senses, you hear something in your mind. Shit, I think they saw me. And as you hear that, you hear kind of a creak. And you all look. to the side.
Without turning, I sort of go, someone's watching us. Crack. Then,
Exactly. You hear a crack. And you look to the side. And kind of behind, like a barricade, you see a woman sitting with a crossbow. She's got dark tan skin and beautiful black hair kind of falling. She's sweaty and she looks scared, and she's holding this crossbow with all her might. She's wearing kind of the same armor that you saw Knight Captain Lawrence wear, but less ornate. And she kind of just stares at you.
I turn around towards her and I walk towards her, but like with my hands raised. The universal sign of I'm not going to hurt you, and I say, we have a message we were supposed to deliver here.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Riders from Knight Captain, what was her name?
Lawrence.
His name?
Lawrence.
His name? Lawrence.
Or Lawrence. One of those.
Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Knight Captain Lawrence I wrote it down somewhere, but I don't have that book to hand.
Horns. Did he send you?
Yes, here. I take out the letter of recommendation, basically, to prove it.
Okay, she kind of leans in and she looks it over. Oh, okay. She kind of puts her crossbow down and she kind of looks back and it's like, it's all right, you can come out. And you see about 3 more soldiers kind of slowly crawling forward from behind the barricade. I don't know what happened. First we heard something at the gates, and then there was just a flash. We couldn't even hear their screams. It was too quick.
Certainly magic, then.
She looks at the soldiers that are left. You see some of them, they're kind of still shaking. I'm Lieutenant Harmon. I commanded this fort.
This fort is lost. There aren't enough of you left. Fall back to the city.
I swore to protect everyone here.
You can't protect them if you're dead. Take them back to the town. They'll be protected there.
I don't know. I think I saw something big. And one of the soldiers, they say, it was a creature. It had a great axe. It just kind of it hurled it at the gates, and then it opened. And everything turned ice. It was so cold.
Can I do a check of some kind for large creature with an axe strong enough to break the gates and cold?
Sure.
Like, in terms of a research, like, what is that? Arcana? History?
Oh, I'd say history, actually.
26.
Okay, 26. You kind of think about it. You kind of take in consideration everything you've heard. Could be some sort of frost giant, maybe, but you're not sure. It would be very weird for them to be this close to civilization.
I don't say anything to them, but I turn to look over my shoulder at the party and give them a nod, like I figured something out. And then look back over at our friend here, Lieutenant Harmon, and say, like I said, there's no door to protect you here. There's no place you can climb up high enough if anything comes looking for you. You should leave.
I will. I will leave. I don't. She kind of looks to her soldiers and she kind of ushers them to follow her outside. I don't know who you are, but maybe you can find out what happened. I need to get these back.
Lieutenant, you don't need to go immediately. What I mean is that we're going to head back there because, well, we were told to deliver a message to a place that is now a ruin. So we have a cart. We can take you back there.
Hang on a minute. I'd like to know what the bloody hell's been going on in here.
I'll fill you in once we're sitting on a cart headed back to our destination. Time is of the essence.
The creature is still here? I'm gonna ask to the soldier that mentioned it.
I don't know. I did have time to see it a lot, but it could be. I don't know. We hid, and I couldn't hear it anymore. I don't know.
Are there any tracks or anything around that, apart from these people? Is there any other evidence that there was?
You can roll an investigation check. Anyone who wants to look closer and to see if they can find anything.
That's not going to be great for me. A literal 0.
Oh my god. This is even worse than a 1. Oh, -2. Really?
I didn't even fail. Critical fail.
You,
And I got
you
a
just
0.
no, you didn't even try.
Zero.
Okay, so Arthur, you kind of look around. Look at the eyes. Its eyes. It's kind of pretty. You feel yourself kind of slip a bit, and it's very interesting. Very interesting.
Pretty.
Bjorn, you look around. You don't especially see something. And you see Shremen, he's got something. Shremen, you feel, you can kind of smell, you have it in your senses as an animal. You feel something big kind of close by. You walk outside. You see some kind of tracks leading just outside. These are big footprints. Something big must have left these. You see on the ground, you see a spot where there is no snow. And in the middle, there's a small gem.
I'll go forth and pick it up or investigate. I'll look at it at least.
Okay. You look at the gem. It just looks like any ordinary gem, but it looks kind of cracked and used in some way.
I'll pick it up. I'll take it and I'll walk back to the rest of the group then. I found this. Does anyone recognize it?
I'm still staring at the ice, mesmerized.
Especially towards the guards, because I would assume they would know what it is, if nothing else. But also in front of the whole group. So
I've never seen that before, one of the soldiers says. And Lieutenant Harmon, she says, I don't know about magic. Ejin Ezra, you kind of look at this gem. You don't feel any magical presence in it, but you feel that maybe there has been one.
And there are components required for certain spells, things that can be used to capture or channel or any manner of thing. A gem is often a container.
Exactly. If you stand there in the middle of the courtyard, you think you hear slow steps outside. And as you look up, you kind of see how a shadow goes over the entire courtyard. And it goes up to form a head shape. You look up and you see something very big outside looking down at you.
Probably the second that I noticed this large shape kind of peering over the walls, I just sort of casually grabbed my helmet that was buckled to my belt and put it on and grabbed my shield and put it up front and grabbed my warhammer and just kind of like loosen my muscles a bit and just walk forward towards the wall.
And that's where we'll end it tonight.
Jesus Christ, he's gonna die.
I'm dead, yeah.
Didn't tell anyone or anything. He just walked at it. You nutter. You're a crazy person. Well,
First GM session.
first sesh, yeah. That's like
King
what, like
legit.
the first thing you've DM'd other than some one shots?
Yeah, I haven't really done anything real. Anything real.
Anything
This
real?
is the real deal.
Anything real.
There's
So
there's
real.
nothing more real
D&D is
than,
the most real.
Yes, it's so real.
It is real.
than just pure magical D&D. Well, I think you did a great job, Charlie. I fucking well enjoyed it. I was well in. just sitting. I was having a little listen at the end because I was like, I'm so useless here. I'm just gonna leave it to the people
Yeah, I
that
was
know
like,
what's going
I will
on.
keep acknowledging
I'm
things.
just gonna sit and listen to the story a bit, and then yeah, probably die. Yeah, great game. Thanks for playing, everybody. Let's do a quick round of like who you are and where people can find you, and we'll do what we did earlier on when we go from around this thing. So, Bobby, you get to go first, bud.
Sounds good. Guys, I'm Iron Chef Bobby Flail on Twitch. I play a lot of Grand Theft Auto, but I'm a bit of a variety streamer. If you want to watch me, I stream like early in the mornings, North American, about mid-afternoon European times on my channel, Iron Chef Bobby Flail. And yeah, this is a lot of fun. I had like this is the first time I've ever played a cleric or anything like really seriously religious or takes religion seriously. And it was a lot of fun today. And I probably am going to die the beginning of next session, so I'm gonna think of some other characters.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you so much, guys, and Charlie, amazing job for the first session, and yeah, can't wait for next week.
Next on my list is Distracted Elf.
Oh, hi. I'm Distracted Elf. You can find me at twitch.tv/DistractedElf and on Twitter at DistractedElf. I am a full-time Twitch streamer person, and I do lots of other tabletop stuff on various other channels and what have you. You'll see me around, I'm sure, if you follow me on places. Yeah, cool beans.
Head on over to Distracted Elf, and if you want to see Pony Punch, then go to Pony Punch's channel. And guess what Pony Punch does? Tell them, Pony Punch.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's Fun Punch. I'm Swedish. I do variety games and music streams tomorrow. I do music and a full-time streamer. And I'm Swedish. Did I say that? I said that.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
the
like that's a
selling point.
criteria.
That's the criteria.
It is, yes. Thank you once again for inviting me. This was really, really fun. Great.
Peachy.
And Peachy Pixel 8, that's the number 8, not the letter 8. Tomorrow we've got board games with our awesome GM. You're playing tomorrow, right, Charlie?
Yeah.
5 p.m. GMT, twitch.tv/Peachy Pixel 8. Come on over, have a laugh. It'll be fun, I swear.
Cool. And Charlie, I have no idea what to promote you as, because I was like, oh, do we put the Twitter in the links or do we put the Twitch in the links? What do we do? You tell me.
You can put whatever, it doesn't matter. Hi, I was a DM, and this was like my first session ever really playing like a real DM. It was a lot of fun. I was really nervous, but then it felt good. And I'm also Swedish, so.
Woo!
The criteria was met.
Okay.
I think you did great. I've seriously enjoyed it. I was like mega immersed.
This is the most applause for Sweden I've ever heard ever.
Yeah. And I normally hate Swedish people. Can't think why. Yeah, thanks for watching, people that watched. It was super fun. So we'll be back next week with episode 2 of Fimbulwinter. It's Tuesdays. It will just be on every week, Tuesdays, until Charlie decides to kill us all. Thanks again, everyone, for playing. I think everyone did amazingly. Another round of applause in chat for Charlie because it was great. Loved it. I'm actually running a one-shot here this week. I don't often run one-shots. I randomly do them, but I'm actually running one on Saturday. So on Saturday at, I don't know what time it is actually. I think it's at 8 p.m. UK time. I'm going to run a one-shot. Other than that, I'm in my usual places. John Sandman's channel for Fractured Worlds and Brotato's channel for Storm King's Thunder. And I'm going to GM those things. Do we have a Star Wars thing this week, Peachy/Charlie?
Yes.
Yes.
Does that
we
start
do.
this week?
This Friday.
Oh, we might as well shout that out then. Me, Peachy, and Charlie will be returning to your screens if you watch it on Friday on Henley's channel, which is /Henley. And I tell you what we'll do. Let's just raid him, because I think he's streaming. Then follow him. Then go there Friday, because we're playing a bunch of Star Wars things. It's not been set up yet. I don't know. I know I'm a Rhodian.
Is it a Class A drugs breed?
It's going to be a Class A drugs. Everybody just type into Henley's chat, take Class A drugs. don't take no for an answer. Thanks for playing again, players. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.